Entertainment, the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, with your host, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
I love it. I'm a fan of this. I'm here for it.
Hello, and welcome to another video podcast of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
That's right. I'm your host who sold his soul to an eldritch god for a cookie, Joe Wakefield.
I don't even have a soul to give, and I don't even want that kind of cookie. Hi, I'm Ryan.
It's actually a really sad story with Ryan. So the reason why he doesn't have a soul is, well, his grandpa made it. You know what? Never mind. It's a tale for another day. The point is, guys, welcome to another episode. Like Ryan said, it is another video episode. It's our third video episode. If you are listening to this on Spotify or basically anywhere you get your podcast, it's going to be audio only. Right now, the video is exclusively on YouTube. So if you want to check that out, make sure to jump over to our YouTube channel. But I want to urge everyone who does that and watches us on YouTube, go back to the podcast and download the episode, because download the episode is the best way to support the show.
And while you're there, leave a review.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
If you feel so inclined.
Yes. But so those of you who are joining us for the first time, you might be asking, what is it you guys do? Like, what is this podcast? What is this Earthling Entertainment all about? Well, I'm going to tell you. What we do here is a little bit of the spooky, a little bit of the creepy. Sometimes it's cryptozoology. Other times it's a haunting, a myth, or a legend, but it's always spooky.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That, of course, is followed by a wonderful thing we like to call disclosure discussion. That one's all about aliens.
I'm just asking questions about extraterrestrials and UFOs. Any new or old stories that have come out where we're talking about that kind of disclosure? Any of the new hearings that they're doing in Congress and stuff, talking about disclosure? That's the kind of stuff that we like to talk about.
That's right. So if you're a fan of hearing about hearings, join us for that first part of the show.
That's right, hearing about hearings.
Then the second half, the latter half, if you will, is all dedicated to pop culture and entertainment.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have celebrity guests. In the past, we've had audio dramas. Occasionally, we have like fun quizzes. There's usually some kind of genre news, and we always like to say goodbye to the celebrities who are no longer with us. And then those two things, the first part of the show, which is paranormal, the second part, which is entertainment, come together and form a weird roly-poly orgy of a podcast known as Earthling Entertainment. I have an explanation for why I said roly-poly orgy of a podcast. I want to be clear about this. So originally I was trying to think of something new. We normally go with moon pie. We've also done peanut butter balls, and I've done that last time. But I was thinking of what can be different. And the first thing that popped in my head, for some reason, was the film Anacondas, Search for the Blood Orchid. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the early 2000s, Anaconda had a sequel, and that's what it was. It was in theaters before the second two went into straight to, video.
Yeah, straight to video. Yeah.
Anyways, the whole point is that ends with a giant snake orgy, just a ball of snakes kind of doing their thing in a big old ball. And these heroes are like dangling above this giant anaconda snake orgy. And they're like, oh no, we've come here for a flower. Now we're going to die. And I don't really remember a lot of that movie, but I was about to say a snake orgy of a podcast, Earthling Entertainment. But then I realized that on a very earlier episode, I did mention this snake ball. I actually looked up the name of it and I mentioned it before. And I have integrity, Ryan. I have integrity. And I did not want to, it's like the Simpsons couch gag at the beginning of every episode. I didn't want to cheapen it, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's my excuse.
Well,
real quick, it was turned into roly-polies. Could have also been armadillos.
All right. Well, enjoy your orgy, little fella.
I haven't seen all the sequels. There was Anaconda, then Anaconda's Search for the Blood Orchid, then there was Anaconda 3, and then I think it was Anaconda 4, Trail of Blood. Now, 3 and 4 were Sci-Fi Channel original movies, and then I don't know if it was straight to video or was another Sci-Fi Channel original movie, but they kind of had another sequel, but it was Anaconda versus Lake Placid. Because for those of you who don't know,
Lake Placid was awesome.
Lake Placid has like 6 movies, man.
Well, the first one's amazing. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it totally is. There's a lot of other ones that aren't in that same series.
I feel like, like all those got like the sci-fi movie treatment, the Sci-Fi Channel.
There's with that.
And there's nothing. No, I've watched many terrible, awesome sci-fi channel films. You know what I mean? Like, but it just feels like once you get put into that category, like, okay, these are what your sequels are going to be now. It's like,
Yeah, very few movie franchises come back up from like the made-for-TV movie.
yeah, it's pretty
sequel trail.
done, right? It's done after that. And I mean, like, but I mean, they obviously they have an audience. Like, there are people that love that shit. Like,
Absolutely, I am one of them.
yes,
I would say the Sharknadoes are a good example
Yes.
because it's like, all right,
yes,
it is my dream. I know I've mentioned this a little bit before, but it is my dream to do a sequel, long sequel, like 5, 6, 7 into a franchise, because at that point you can do whatever you want. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously there's things you can't probably do, but you pretty much can do whatever you want. It's like, I think the last Sharknado had time travel. Forget it, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's Sharknado.
Sharknado in space. Like, think about it. We have the whole thing where they go to Neptune, and Neptune
Okay.
is all like snowy and cold, and there's ice tornadoes with ice sharks. How do they like survive, you ask? Well, because we mixed shark DNA with what we found was fossilized DNA on Neptune, filling the gaps Jurassic Park style to basically bring back this alien race. And when we get there, all's fine and good. Our scientists are doing their thing. But too many ships landing on this planet alters the atmosphere due to the fact that it is a smaller planetary body, and the atmosphere burns off because of an unknown yet chemical reaction to our exhaust. So when too many spaceships land on Neptune, it thins out the air, and now it's causing crazy weather effects like tornadoes. The first tornado hits that lab where we mix the shark DNA with natural Neptunian DNA, and now we have Sharknado 12, Ice Sharknado. Holy shit, we're in space, bro.
That's really from the movie.
No, I made all of that up.
I was gonna say you made that up,
Yeah,
didn't you?
no, I made that. I made that all up on the top of my head. I don't know if it's good or bad, if I should be proud of that or not, but I was just rambling.
You should be proud. You should,
Excellent.
because at first I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. This sounds like Joe.
This is Joe. Yes.
This is a Joe story.
Yes. This comes from watching too many Outer Limits episodes in the late 90s, which I like the 90s Outer Limits because that was the first one I was exposed to. I know, purists would say the original. That's only true for Twilight Zone. The first Twilight Zone beats all of the Twilight Zones, but the 90s Outer Limits beats all other Outer Limits.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
All
right,
in case you were wondering.
Yeah, no, I really wasn't, but
well,
now I know.
Yeah, it's a little bit about my day. How you doing, Ryan?
Oh, just not a whole lot of sleep. Long day at work already today, but here I am.
Sounds
Doing a bit of Christmas shopping, trying to
right on.
not get totally, derailed there when it comes to it's a month away. It's crazy. Not even.
Yeah,
Like,
I just
crazy.
don't worry about it until last minute, and then have a week or two of complete freaking out, and maybe a morning or night of just can't sleep and a lot of crying. But we get through it. It's like Jingle All the Way, only not nearly as impressive.
That's just another Tuesday to me.
Exactly. Yeah, my week's been pretty good, except we've been trying to upgrade the studio now that it seems like we're going to be moving in the direction of doing more video podcasts. We needed some different equipment. So we've been slowly trying to put it together. We're still using a weird program to record, but this will change as time goes on. You'll see. We got some fun stuff in store, but it's a learning curve, man. Like, it's funny because I went to film school, and everything I learned in film school, even most of the programs I learned, it's like, oh, we don't do that anymore.
Right. Well, yeah.
Damn it. I guess that's the same for like doctors, right? You imagine that must suck because every medical treatment you learn has a new pill or new procedure. Like,
I mean, yeah, I could see how that's kind of similar. But like, you know what I mean? Like with the doc.
You don't think comparing what I do to being a doctor is appropriate? Right?
I don't.
To be fair, it made the most sense to me as far as needing to learn as time goes on, but fuck you.
Hey, I call it like I hear it, but no.
This is preposterous.
Either way, you people at home, you will watch this and you will like it. That's right.
So says the Hypnotoad.
That's right. All glory to the Hypnotoad.
All glory to the Hypnotoad. I've been rewatching Futurama, like old Futurama. I usually have a background show. A lot of people listen to music when they do things. When I'm, writing, walking around, vacuuming, cleaning up, whatever the hell I'm doing, take care of the kids, there's usually a TV show in the background. I like, the classics for me are Community, a few others, but I've decided to go back through Futurama and revisiting some of those old shows. Besides the, I don't know, the very timely jokes that don't work anymore.
Yeah.
It still holds up, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw my coworker. He's got the broomstick in his hand and he's trying to hit the switch for the fan on the line, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's what would happen if I invented the thing longer.
Thing longer.
And he caught the reference right off the bat. I was proud.
Excellent.
So yes, Futurama is still relevant.
Well, it's one of those awesome shows that just keep coming back. It's not like it's like Family Guy, it was canceled once, but Family Guy has pretty much always been there. Same with The Simpsons, right? But Futurama, it goes away for a long time before it comes back. Like this last cancellation, I think it was 10 years before it was bought by Hulu or brought back by Hulu. Fox canceled it once and then brought it back. Then Fox got rid of it. They made some movies and Comedy Central brought it back. Then they did that for a while, and now Comedy Central is no longer doing it, and Hulu bought it back because technically Disney owns everything Fox owned since the acquisition a few years ago.
Right.
Yeah. After all the rights and contracts are over.
Yeah. What? No, good for Futurama. I'm glad that they get to keep making it because you can tell that they actually like doing it too. I've seen many interviews with the voice actors and everybody, and everyone loves it. So the guy from Bender, I see that does Bender. I see him doing a ton of cons and stuff like that and talking to people. Yeah,
John DiMaggio. He was actually at Motor City Comic Con. If I had nothing for him to sign because I don't have the physical media of Futurama anymore, and I don't really have any comics of Futurama. And the things I do have would be like, I guess I have a Nibbler Funko Pop, but he doesn't play Nibbler. You know what I mean? Every time I hear about him, he seems to be really nice with his fans.
He's hilarious too.
Yeah.
So no, he's awesome. He's a hero. That's for sure. I've always been a big fan of voice actors and stuff like that. He does a lot of work.
It's funny because it's a job where people might not recognize you right off the bat, but then you'll do the voice and they'll be like, "Oh, you're that guy." I mean, if you're a nerd or a super fan or any of that, you might recognize their face. But even who I know a lot of voice actors, I wouldn't recognize like the guy who played Invader Zim also played Daggett from Angry Beavers. Love that guy. I have a vague idea of what he looks like, but if you walk down the street, I wouldn't be like, "Oh,
I could see him in my head. I might be able to pick him out."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got a distinct look. The same with the guy who does the voice for Bender, the guy who does the voice for Fry and Zoidberg. He looks really particular. Like, I don't know. I think I could pick him out. I think I could.
Oh man, I wish we had like the money to do a big old survey where we bring these people in and we just have Ryan guess who they are.
That's right.
We could do that we'll do like a special episode where I'm just gonna show you pictures and be like, Ryan, who is this voice actor?
I'll try.
You'll try?
I'll go for it. And you just met. We were talking about it. You met Alan Tudyk.
Yes, I met Alan Tudyk. But Alan Tudyk is an actor who does a lot of things where he's not voice acting. So I don't think he counts. When we say voice actor, we're going to talk about someone who mainly does voices. It's not like Kristen Bell because she did Frozen.
Well, he was timeless as Hey Hey the chicken.
Yes, he was.
He was amazing as Hey Hey.
Hey, 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 that is actually funny. We were in line to see the Alan Tudyk photo or to get it taken. And there was someone next to us. And the guy, it was a couple. The guy was wearing a Hey Hey shirt. And then she was wearing a Hey Hey shirt. And then they had a stuffed animal Hey Hey. And in my head, I kept thinking, hey, hey, hey. Like it amused me the whole time, Ryan. The whole time we had to wait in line.
Yes.
Yes. So, guys, are you ready to jump into the first section of the show? Because Ryan's got a good one for you. See how quickly I could turn that on?
That's right.
That's great. Yeah.
Spooky stuff. The Tiyanak. A Tiyanak is a small vampire-like humanoid from Filipino mythology, most well known for imitating the appearance and cry of an infant human in order to attract people who will readily pick up the apparently helpless baby on the jungle floor.
I mean, don't misunderstand. I would call the cops or do something if I hear a random crying baby, but
yeah.
I don't know. It feels weird just ran up and pick up a random baby. You assume someone's close by.
I mean,
maybe it's different in the jungle, man. Laws of the jungle.
The jungle. I mean, it's the friggin' jungle.
It's true.
Like,
it
there's
does
a
seem
baby.
it does seem like that baby's probably going to be eaten if you don't do anything.
Like, there is a baby in the jungle. Like,
it does feel like a trap, though. Can you imagine you walk up, you grab the baby, it's not going to suck your blood, but instead a guy in a suit pops out and he's like, Hi, I'm Chris Hansen.
My God.
Oh shit!
Ah, Chris Hansen. Oh no.
I know that joke's dated, but
Who cares?
I enjoyed it.
It wails loudly to attract a passerby, and when picked up, it sheds its disguise like a snake shedding its old skin, revealing its true form, and kills the victim by biting and mauling.
Num 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 victims.
They're also known to move around by levitating rather than walking. The real form of the Tianak varies from tale to tale. It is described in Tagalog and Bicolano folklore as a small, bald-headed goblin with sharp teeth, pointed ears, bloodshot eyes, and disproportionate legs, with the left leg being shorter than the right one, which makes it unable to chase prey should the victim manage to get away.
Yeah, so whatever you imagined the baby looked like from the disformed guy in 300 when they were like, "Oh, throw it off a cliff."
Yes.
That's kind of what it looks like. It seemed like a little bald baby with a little weird leg and then pointy ears and kind of sharp teeth. Like,
Yeah. Like, so strange. Like, I wonder why. Like, why? Yeah. Like, seems just
I mean-
evolutionarily wrong.
I mean,
Like,
yes and no, right? Like if your primary source of hunting is basically playing possum for your victim to come up and then pick you up, then look, I mean, if you think about it, animals look like predators occasionally to stop themselves from being eaten.
that's true.
This is I mean, who's to say it's not, it's just humans? Maybe if wolf comes up to the crying baby or a bear and it still jumps out and goes, "Ah, motherfucker, ah!"
Right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe it eats anything that'll come up to it. So it's like, I don't know.
It's entirely possible. I mean, I don't know about you, but meat is meat, you know? I mean, I'm not going to go eat a human, but I'm
I was
stuck
gonna
in
say,
a
you're gonna eat a
cabin with the
baby.
Donners. We do what we got to do.
All right. So Joe is pro Tianak eating babies.
I'm going to say no because I have a baby and because of karma. I'm going to say no. I am actively against eating babies.
Okay.
So, fat bastard, I will not be voting for you.
All right. All right. No baby back ribs for you yet. So,
want me baby back,
Baby back
baby back, baby
ribs.
back ribs.
baby
Baby
back
back
rib.
ribs. You know what? Speaking of that,
So
always-
dumb.
Yeah,
It's so old.
It is so dumb. It is so dumb. But the baby back ribs, the Chili's baby back ribs, right? And then you have Nacho Man when you're advertising nachos. I've always wondered why a restaurant that was selling a sandwich with all white breast meat, like, you know what I mean? Like the top of the line, we don't use dark meat, we don't use thigh meat, it's all white breast meat.
That's right.
Ever used
Just
the
like
song.
mine.
Exactly. But I always wondered why they never use a song where it's like, simply the breast. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it just.
Who
that's-
likes breasts?
No,
we
but
do.
You know that song like "Simply the Best," that 80s song. But if you change it to "breast," buddy,
That's true. Yeah.
fucking marketing genius.
That's pretty good.
All right, back to this blood sucking baby.
Sometimes its real appearance is still childlike, only with deadly fangs and claws. Other times it's portrayed more like a traditional dwarf, looking like a diminutive man.
Okay, yeah, so like a Vintroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, according to Mindoro folklore, a Tianak has the ability to transform into a black bird to fly around the jungle.
That's kind of cool.
Other variations claim
Holy shit, Ryan! It's an animorph.
it is an animal.
Yes, that is the takeaway.
That's right.
This is your animorph reference that you may or not have heard this week.
That's right. It's been a while since we mentioned it on the air.
Topical. You know what we are on this podcast, Ryan? Topical.
We have our topics that we frequent.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just surprised that Tremors hasn't come out in a while because Tremors always pop up.
Yeah, of the ground,
Yeah, out of the ground.
and they grab you. That's why they're called graboids.
It is. And that's what they're called. So,
So, see if we can stay on topic for longer than 2 seconds. Go.
other variations claim that the creature can still fly in the form of a baby. So my advice is to be careful when in the presence of strange flying infants.
Yes, and this is a perfect time to interrupt and not let you continue by saying it was like the first episode of It Welcome to Dairy.
That's right. It was.
The
Yeah.
flying bat baby thing. Welcome to Dairy indeed.
Yes.
So this Filipino Tianak, flying baby maybe turns into a blackbird.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the size of a baby, or perhaps a very small man, but looks a little elven with sharp teeth, and for some reason, one leg is smaller than the other.
If you happen to be attacked
Mhm.
by the TNX, know that they are scared of garlic and loud noises. So yelling at it until it leaves should work well enough.
That is just kind of funny. Like, get the hell out of here!
No!
Oh God, I was gonna bite you, but shit, just don't yell at me.
It's like I just happen to have this garlic.
I mean, garlic is less likely to have on you. I mean, maybe in
Speak for yourself.
yeah. I mean, I'm Italian, but I don't walk around with garlic on me. But I don't
Maybe
fear
you should.
vampires.
Maybe you should.
I'm not in the Philippines.
Could save your life.
I'll just yell at it.
What if it hops on a plane? They can come here. Just saying. TNX on a plane. Motherfucking TNX on a motherfucking plane.
Samuel L. Jackson or Keenan Thompson to land it.
That's right. We do
Yeah.
need Keenan. In Keenan, we trust.
Anywho,
In another story, the TNX appears to a woman who recently lost her child and who will try to breastfeed it, only for it to keep sucking her milk and blood until she is drained dead.
it had to have happened at night because I have seen like my wife get up to feed the baby still asleep in the middle of the night. And I feel like you have to still be asleep not to notice that your baby is a little devil baby.
A little scary.
A little scary.
Yeah.
Just a tad, if nothing. I don't know.
No, these are pretty horrifying. Like, it reminds me of like, yeah, when you like go to what is Spirit Halloween, they got all like those like really undead like babies and stuff like that.
Yeah, undead babies are unsettling. Out of all the babies I've seen, the undead ones are definitely the ones that give me the creeps for the most part.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like either be alive or be dead. You know, make a choice,
Yeah.
baby.
Undead, pfft,
Make a choice.
commit. There's
Yeah.
sides.
I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, let's be reasonable here. So there are also stories.
Should have been baptized, you dumbass.
Yes, of the TNX behaving similar to medieval fairy folk, leading travelers astray and abducting children.
Yeah, that's very fairy folky for sure.
It is. Like so many vampiric creatures, they may be repelled by garlic or by religious practices. Various countermeasures are supposedly effective against the TNX. Those who were led astray by the creature's cries are believed to be able to break the enchantment by turning their clothes inside out. The TNX finds the method humorous enough to let the go of the traveler and go back to the jungle.
Okay, so I want to dissect that last one. So if I turn my clothes inside out, it
Yep.
just thinks it's so freaking funny
Yes.
that it just grabs its gut. It's like, no, it's fine, and leaves, right?
This like never gets old.
That is in support of it being a baby and not a little man, because babies laugh at some weird stuff.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
So even though it's drinking blood, but that's what it does. It's how it survives. It's instinct.
Mhm.
And then you just turn your shirt inside out and it goes,
Oh, that's good.
you
That's
are
right.
too much, human. You are too much.
I guess you can live.
Oh, yeah.
So loud noises, like we were saying, such as a New Year's celebration, are also thought to be enough to drive the TNX away from the vicinity.
Specifically a New Year's celebration.
And it's pretty loud. Objects believed to repel.
Honestly, if you just have to yell at it, it kind of takes a lot of the power away from me.
Okay.
Because I just feel like I yell a lot, so I wouldn't even know it was after me before it would run away because I started screaming because I dropped something. Or yeah, I was like, "Damn it, Echo! Why aren't you listening?" My Alexa's named Echo. And I yell at it a lot, so there could be one of those things coming up. Oh, this guy's too much.
Oh man.
Take it down a notch, bro.
So
I have nothing to fear.
no, you don't.
Right.
No, there are no TNX here.
Yes, because
Uh,
of the quinceañera.
That's right, because of the quinceanera. There you go, buddy. Objects believed.
By your response, I know you do not get the reference, so never mind.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anytime I say or do something that seems very, very strange, chances are it's a reference to something in pop culture.
But you are also kind of strange. So I don't know. It's a real toss of the dice on trying to pinpoint your shenanigans, Joe.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
Fair
objects believed to repel aswang. Yes, that's what it's called, aswang, which are vampiric shapeshifters like garlic and the rosary are commonly believed to be very effective against the TNX. So if you got a rosary, And like we said, you got just happen to have your garlic in your pocket.
I mean, it sounds like just the same stuff that an actual normal vampire is repelled
Yeah.
by. So, what are the chances that this story all stems from just a vampire baby? Like, maybe we're wrong about vampires. As soon as they turn, they never age anymore. Maybe they do age up into a point, and then after that, they don't age. Therefore, there are vampire babies that can be created by vampire hanky panky. And if that is the case, one of them Hanseled and Greteled that kid and just left him. Then there's this whole big story in the Philippines about how there's this magical baby creature that sucks blood. And it turns out it was just one vampire guy named Timmy. And you know what? He was the Tarzan of the vampire community. In those jungles, he learned how to hang out with his family and elephant friends. And I don't know if there's elephants in the fucking Philippines.
Let's just say there is.
Yes.
He hangs out with elephants.
All right.
And he swings from vines.
Yes. That is why we have a misidentification of it being able to fly. That was where it was all going.
I guess we're done with spooky stuff. Joe just solved it.
Fucking suck.
So here's another way to get rid of a TNX.
Oh.
It is also believed that giving a name to these lost souls will bring them peace, and offering a white candle will help guide its spirit to the afterlife. So there is a peaceful way.
All right.
It's like, you are now Charles. Here's your candle.
Okay.
Good luck.
To be fair, doesn't this support the idea that if I just walk around and like every, I don't know, minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, I just scream, "Fuck off, Charles," I'll be covering my bases, right? Because
Yep.
not only will the screaming scare it away, I've also given it the name, or the name you dubbed it as,
Yeah.
Charles. So I guess if you're worried about this, just randomly swear loudly at random names, not in a crowd, but in the jungle.
So you're walking through the jungle and you just see a baby crying on the floor, and you're just going to scream at it for a bit just to make sure. Like, hey, baby.
Oh my God.
That would just be so funny. Like, and then there's like witnesses, right? So like you have like a big fear of this creature, right? And you encounter a baby just in around the city, and you start just shouting and cursing at a baby. And then you try to explain yourself. Like, they had to make sure
I had to know it wasn't going to suck my blood.
it wasn't going to try to suck my blood or my milk out of my
God.
titty.
It's like,
You know,
oh, that is just too much, man.
out of my white breath.
Senator Jerry Carlisle is no longer running because he has a video released of him screaming at an infant who was left on the jungle floor by mistake.
It's like, he did just come back from the Philippines.
No, exactly.
So
No, it'd be funnier to be like this wouldn't be strange in some parts of the world, but this is Kansas.
this is Kansas, and that's effing weird.
Yeah.
Like
Kansas, the jungles of Kansas, right?
it's not often that
Could have said any state, fucking Kansas.
it's not often that every person in Kansas comes together on something, but I think we can all agree that that is strange. You shouldn't be shouting at babies, and you are no longer eligible for any kind of office position.
In the deep bayous of
In the
Kansas.
bayou of everyone knows the Kansas bayous. You watch out for the gator. Oh, the gator there in the bayou out there in Kansas.
I don't know, man.
That's
Enough
right.
time passes. I'm sure the Earth will make changes, and then maybe it will be a bayou in like a billion years.
Okay, Maynard James Keenan over here. Learn to swim. See you down in Arizona Bay.
Oh, I never read the lyrics, but that makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good album.
It was great. Are you kidding me?
Love
Anima
Cool.
is their best album ever. It's so good.
It's good.
I'd say it's their best in my opinion. I mean, I love, honestly, every album of theirs has like a place in my heart. I love Tool.
Tool's one of my favorite bands for sure. And while none of my favorite Tool songs are on the album, I would say the overall experience of listening to an album from beginning to end, 10,000 Days, does a lot for me.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think it came out when we were like in 10th grade, and I just it came out with this weird little, you pop it open and it had like little glasses you look through, and it made the art on the cover all stand out and weirdy.
Yeah, they definitely went all out with all of their art. It was like really cool. Like, I remember going to like the old Tool website, and they just had a bunch of different art. Like the guy who did like the crazy eye with like the two pupils in it and shit like that. Like,
guys want to see some cool stop motion stuff, check out any Tool music video
Oh yeah.
on YouTube, where you
That's
can
right.
also find the video edition of Earthling Entertainment, episode 1010, brought to you by Effort.
That's right. So, speaking of effort, various speculations on how TNX came to be range from babies born dead in the forest to the Catholic-influenced unbaptized stillborn infants,
I fucking called it.
and later extended to vengeful murdered infants and aborted fetuses.
Okay, so the aborted fetuses and the murdered infant seems a little unfair because neither one of those would probably be their fault. I guess not being baptized wouldn't be your fault either. I guess if you're gonna be a baby, the best option is to stay alive.
You know?
Yeah.
It is also said that Tiamat cannot go to the afterlife because of not having a name.
It's Charles.
This causes them to be earthbound creatures which wander around searching for someone to give them names. This is why it's assumed that it takes on other forms, as it never really truly had a sense of identity.
Can you imagine though? He's like sucking your blood. By the way, do I look like a Jerry to you? Goes back.
Yeah. I'll
Like,
call you Jerry.
Before you die, be like, you do look like a Jerry. And suddenly a light flashes down. Oh, and it just floats up. Thanks, bro. And you're laying there, not quite dead, but you're still bleeding out quite a bit. You'll survive, but there's definitely going to be, you're going to need some blood bags.
It's like, give
And
my
as you're
blood
going-
back.
You're just like, that was weird. Just pass out. Like,
It's like, oh, sorry, man. Here's your blood back.
yeah, just pukes it on you. So,
It's
on
like-
top of like twitching and being laying on the jungle floor, now you just got like carried. You're just covered in blood.
like, oh god,
Thanks.
how do I put it back? Do I drink it?
Yeah.
I do.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. It's so much. Interestingly, it could also be possible that belief in the TNX might have been influenced, if not introduced, by Spanish missionaries, especially those from Mexico who were intent on converting the natives into Catholics. With the exception of the TNX ability to disguise itself as a baby, some striking similarities to the Chanek, which sounds similar to TNX,
Sure.
from Aztec mythology suggest a possible link between the two creatures.
Are we done?
I did a little diving
Ooh.
after I was looking into this, and I saw that there is a 1988 horror movie called TNX.
Huh?
A woman named Julie begins to suspect that an abandoned baby she takes in may be a demon in disguise. You can rent it on Amazon Prime for $1.99, and I noticed that I do believe that, don't quote me on this, the whole
Sure.
movie is available on YouTube. I don't know if you have to pay for it or whatever like that, but I saw that was there.
Well, if the movie's it's a Filipino movie, I imagine. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it probably is just on YouTube then, because I could be wrong, but I don't think they would have made a distribution deal if it's available on YouTube.
I watched the trailer, and it honestly
Looks pretty good.
It didn't look terrible. Like, obviously, if you don't mind, there's going to be subtitles, right? So, but
I mean, I don't mind subtitle movies, and I like weird movies. It makes sense. I mean, that plot is exactly what it is, right? She finds an abandoned baby. We assume on the
Yep.
jungle floor, whatever. The only difference is, like the stories we read, it was like it would eat you and maul you pretty quickly. Well, this one seems like it's taking its time. Is that more of the natural behavior, or is this particular Tiamat a sadist?
I don't know.
Who's to say?
Honestly, I could have kept going. There are so many TNX, from different like shows and stuff like that. They had an episode about them, or there were other
Makes
movies.
sense.
Like, so.
I mean,
so-
you think about shows like Supernatural that went like 15 seasons, and I don't know this is a fact, but I bet they had a Tiamat episode.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
I'll bet you it's in that like Cryptid. What was that? Crypto Zoo or whatever, Meta Zoo or whatever that we keep finding. Like, most of these cryptids are like a card, like that you can like play in this cryptid trading card game.
Yes, there is a cryptid trading card
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
So, yeah, guys,
Very cool.
that was the spooky stuff for this week.
In the Philippines, you say?
And you know what?
What's up?
I've got more stories about the Philippines.
Do you now?
I've got a bunch, actually,
Really?
and they have to do with aliens.
Disclosure discussion. It's about aliens and stuff.
Stuff about aliens.
Alien sightings of the Philippines.
Ooh, several.
The 1993 Las Piñas. That's with the little curvy thing over the N.
Sure.
Las
Not to be
Piñas.
confused with lost penis, which is a very different issue.
Yes.
Yeah, continue.
Yes. The UFO incident. 3 first-year high school students of the Perpetual Help College of Rizal were playing basketball in Rubueno St. Philem Village, Las Piñas, when one of them saw a silver-like disc floating in the air. He called the attention of the others and pointed out the object in the sky. They watched it for a few minutes in amazement, and then the object suddenly vanished. Then we got the year 2000 Las Piñas UFO incident. Antonio Israel, 37, claimed that he videotaped alleged small balls of light dancing frenetically in the evening sky over his neighborhood on September 3rd, year 2000. The shouts of Israel's neighbors can be heard on the video footage as the sight made them gasp in awe and disbelief. Israel claims that the UFOs were also seen by nearby residents and residents of Parañaque City. So I'm guessing that's nearby. The 2011 Bulacan UFO incident. A couple of UFOs were seen in Bulacan in the first week of May, but they disappeared and were never seen again. On May 27th, people caught sight of 2 UFOs in the middle of the night. Same as the September 2000 UFO sightings. They were red and large. Some people said that one of them was at the east and the other was at the west, colliding with each other, and then they disappeared. There were more UFO sightings in Cavite in 2011 as well, but no specifics there. So there was a bit of a hot spot around that time.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because if you're an alien and you don't want to be caught, you want to do whatever you're doing and not be obvious, you go to countries where there's not as much technology.
Well, right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
I don't know. I've never been to the Philippines. I'm just saying it
I don't
feels as though there's a lot of areas that aren't going to be surveillanced. So it'd be a good place to be an alien.
yeah, I honestly don't know. But it's what's interesting to me is that these are mainly like the orb UFOs. Like they almost seem like, but the one was the disc, but the rest of these seem to be like those orbs, right? Where it's like shapeless. And that to me starts to tiptoe into like interdimensional or something that, you know what I mean, that we don't understand at all. Like,
no, I get that. You don't want to you don't want to assume that it's a biological entity if it's like some kind of plasma orb. But I could argue that maybe the disc shape would be some kind of mothership, and the orbs could be their version of like probes or drones.
it could be that, right?
You know what I'm just saying?
No, I agree. You and I agree a lot on there's probably a lot more autonomous UFOs than actual piloted UFOs. You know what I mean?
I don't want there to be, but it seems to make the most sense. It kind of like us. We send probes out there before we send astronauts.
Exactly. Yeah.
So why wouldn't aliens do the same thing?
Well, it only makes sense, right? Yeah, it's the smartest. It's the smartest course of action. It's safe.
That's what I think. I don't know.
So
It's what I would do, Ryan.
that's true.
Jeez.
So the 2015 UFO sighting in Pampanga. The alleged UFO was sighted in the evening of April 26, 2015, and quickly circulated on Facebook. The video shows the motionless lights apparently floating in the sky. According to the person who took the video, while they were on Lubeo Pampanga Diversion Road, they noticed that the lights later formed a V. At first, they only saw 3 lights, but then 7 more appeared. Then later, the lights vanished. Now, we've seen this kind of activity with UFOs before.
The Arizona lights is what I was going to say. That's what it reminds me of.
Yep, it's like that. And we've seen it a lot of times where it like seems like the lights like kind of come on and off like in different patterns. And it almost looks like maybe it's something that has lights on the side and we can't see through it, right? So we're only seeing the lights as it like turns, right? So it's like light there, light there.
Yeah, like the way it would reflect.
Right. So is it like a cloaking device?
I don't know. I always thought like, what if we're overcomplicating it? Like, what if it's so much simpler? What if it is kind of like a V-shaped UFO and the lights turning on and off or flashing or doing anything weird is literally just signaling visually to a base that's on the ground? Like maybe it's like Morse code or whatever, an alien. Like maybe we're overthinking it. Like you said, a cloaking device. It could be a cloaking device.
Yeah.
Or it could just be like, hello, Greg. What's up?
Or
I
it
don't
could
know.
be, yeah, it could be like sending like complicated transmissions or something, right? Some kind of data like
It's
surge.
totally possible, I think.
So the video was shown by PAGASA. I'm going to call it Pagasa.
Ooh, Pagasa.
According to them, they estimate that the lights were about 800 to 1,000 meters from the ground. Also, Pagasa states that it is impossible that the lights were coming from an airplane, hot air balloon, or drones due to the size of the lights.
Okay, cool.
The lights appeared for 5 to 8 minutes based on the descriptions of the eyewitnesses. So that brings us to the 2004 Las Piñas UFO incident. More than 10 UFOs were seen in Las Piñas at around 7 p.m. on Saturday, August 28, 2004. 3 children noticed 2 unusual reddish etheric glares moving across the partly cloudy sky from their residence in Las Piñas City. The first object they saw headed east to where the moon sits at around that time. Another 2 emerged, and 3 more objects appeared from the western horizon. These unusual objects cannot be mere airplanes because 2 of them were already pretty close to the moon, exclaimed 11-year-old Nika Canarias, as she apparently had the impression that the objects were heading to the moon.
Okay.
Nika.
I don't want to dismiss an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be nice if it was like from a 35-year-old cop, but
I mean, she saw something.
I know. I'm serious. Like, you do not want to dismiss it, but at the same time, kids make shit up.
It's true.
They
Kids
do.
lie. They do that.
Lie. Kids lie. It's like Dumbledore. You can't trust them.
It's true. So Nika, the eldest of the Canarias siblings and one of the early witnesses, immediately called her 9-year-old friend, Adrian Israel. Does that name
Never
sound
mind. We
familiar?
got credibility now. We got a 9-year-old.
That's right. Adrian, whom the Canarias knew as a UFO experiencer, is the son of who we mentioned earlier, Antonio Israel, who took the original video, took the video footage of UFOs in Las Piñas skies back on September 3rd, the year 2000. So
is that more credibility or less, right?
no, I mean, yeah, I would imagine, yeah, if your dad is like swearing on UFOs and showing you videos, like, I mean, my kids believe in UFOs and aliens and stuff because I do. So, I mean, I could see that.
It's true. Me and my dad and my sister watched X-Files when we were little. My dad actually was a MUFON investigator, field investigator, and all this other stuff. And he's dead, just so you know. So, and I do a paranormal podcast because, my dad was into it. So I'm just saying, this is still a 9-year-old.
Right.
But a 9-year-old with a mission. Right? Like his dad got him into it. How young? Are you doing the math? Are you figuring it out? Turns out this kid probably was, according to the story.
That's right. Adrian confirmed that these objects were similar to those he saw 4 years ago. So he rushed back to his house and prompted his older brothers, who then told their father, Tony. Tony rushed outside with his video camera. He was joined by his neighbors, who watched while the objects moved erratically, jerking and floating and jumping in various directions. From 7:30 to 8:15 p.m., Israel was shooting videos of at least 5 UFOs, each emerging from the horizon at time intervals of approximately 8 minutes. Israel told ABS-CBN that he was now more composed in aiming his video camera at the subjects compared to his first encounter. He added, I learned a big lesson from the previous investigations made by Pagasa UFO investigating team, and that stands for, by the way, Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration.
Yeah, you really got to go with an acronym if you do that.
Yeah.
Much. I always wanted people to try a little harder to like make their acronym like funnier, but that's just me. What's a really good one is the new Naked Gun movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the villain's plan, the acronym for it was PLOT.
Excellent.
Like the movie, this is like the plot of the movie.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
I saw clips of it. I really want to see that movie.
It's good. It's good. It's goofy. It's exactly what you want it to be, but it's not like groundbreaking. It's exactly what you ordered, you got. You wanted a steak, you got a steak. Don't expect some sauteed mushrooms because you didn't ask for them.
That's true.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. And for the vegans out there, I only know Veggie Grill. Listen, they didn't use the fake cheese that's made with the root that's so delicious. I love Veggie Grill.
Oh, I don't even know.
I worked there.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
My favorite part is when I was in Detroit and I worked as a butcher. And then like less than 2 months later, I was in LA working at a vegan restaurant. And I just thought, yeah, this makes sense. This is the normal transition from Midwest to Los Angeles.
It is, yeah, it's symbolic in a way.
Continue, Ryan.
And from criticisms, he continued, telling me that my first UFO encounter, the video lacked panning. Like, talk about picky people. Like, it's like, I got a video of UFOs.
Yeah.
You didn't show a whole lot of skill with the filming.
To be fair, panning is meant to measure distance or height. I'm not sure.
And I think that's what that was for.
Yeah,
That's why there was no reference point to approximate size and distance. So from this chance, I think I panned well enough, and a probable estimation of the object's altitude and size should be able to be established. But I wasn't able to find if they ever solidified that information for him. But yeah, so there's a ton of UFO sightings in the Philippines. So dead blood-sucking babies and UFOs. You want to plan your next trip?
Yeah, like so, Scott, hit up your travel agent.
That's right.
I wonder if travel agents still exist, like at all. But
oh yeah,
they're at the mall.
They do. AAA's got like a travel thing. Like they basically got travel agents. I could go there and
That's so weird.
I could have them plan for me if I want.
Your job is an app.
It's so true. I think it's definitely getting phased out. I don't think most people, I think, would just go right to the source or use some kind of app to schedule
the trip. Yeah,
a trip. Yeah. I have a feeling that those aren't going to be around for very long. I think I saw a TikTok like basically saying that it's like such a boomer thing to do.
Yeah, and once the people who patronize, when the people who run that, the people who actually pay for that, they're going to die.
Right, and it's like not only are you paying for the vacation, now you got to pay this person to plan your vacation.
Yeah, but you have to do that when you have to pay a realtor, when it would be cool if you could just hit up the people who own the house and just make an exchange. But no, you have to have middlemen, Ryan.
Gonna make you a deal.
But I wanted to say real quick before I forget, the dude from the story, Israel, who recorded.
Yeah.
I will say it's nice that he learned from his mistakes and got the opportunity to like try again.
Because how many people get the second chance to freaking videotape a UFO?
That's what I'm saying. It's like the guy who sees Bigfoot and then forever, for the rest of his life, he'll always have a camera on him. Easier now that we have cell phones, but I'm just saying, imagine like in the 80s, and it's like, I didn't have a camera, what do I do? And now this guy's grizzled and in the woods going like, I'm gonna find him, I'm gonna take a picture of his ass, and then everyone will believe me, and Sheila will come back.
I'm telling you, Sheila will come back to you if you can snap, but only if you find Bigfoot. Other than that, nope, you're alone forever, dude.
Yeah. And Sheila, just to get him to shut up, actually said, yes, Ronald, we will get married again if you find Bigfoot, because she's so sure that Bigfoot doesn't exist. And it was just easier to tell him that, because now he doesn't call her all the time. He's off looking for Bigfoot, but I hope she's right for her sake. But I'm thinking Bigfoot might be real. And when he finally finds, she's going to have some explaining to do.
Well, if he finds her first, they might get it on. We've read a lot of Bigfoot erotica.
Yeah.
So
I have to bring up that again because it's hilarious.
For all we know, she's like, yeah, go find Bigfoot.
It's actually
Bigfoot's actually in the closet. So he leaves and like, okay, I'll see you soon.
Like metaphorically?
No, he's seriously in her closet. And he's like, oh yeah, go find Bigfoot.
I thought you were saying he was gay.
No. Well,
Bigfoot's in the closet.
He might be.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Every Bigfoot's different.
That's true.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own personality.
There's
right?
got to be at least one.
In this instance, I'm saying he's hiding physically in her closet so that she can send out her man on a wild goose chase trying to find Bigfoot. And meanwhile, she's got Bigfoot at home. That's hot.
That's so hot.
That's so hot.
I guess it's no different than like the elven thing, because I don't know if you know about this, but there's elven porn, because let's be honest,
I believe it.
They're always very pale skin and very skinny and very tall, and that is a type. So they have that. So why not Bigfoot? Any kind of kink you're into, guys, you could find it on the internet.
Yeah, my girl did just send me a list of characters from Lord of the Rings that she would smash.
Yes.
So
that's important.
You know what I'm saying? And pretty much all of the elves, I think, were uber smash, but I think the
Those androgynous fucks are just the most fairest of them all, Ryan.
yep. I think the challenge was how many shots would you need to smash? And I believe the only elf that needed a few drinks just because of nerves, I think, was Legolas. Other than that, the rest of them were like, nah, stone cold sober. Let's do this.
I don't know, man. If we're talking about the Hobbit trilogy, the dwarves, not so much. Although Feely and Keely,
I was about to say they were on that list. Feely and Keely were on the list.
They didn't even try to make them look like dwarves. Like in all of Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, dwarves have a very interesting aesthetic where they have bigger noses. Like we're not just talking about the beards. Like they have bigger noses. They have weird, like different shaped faces. But then Feely and Keely come in and they're just straight up like,
they're just a couple of short hot guys.
blue steel. Yeah, exactly.
Just short kings.
It's like that doesn't even look like a friggin' dwarf. That guy is the most like handsome, chiseled, probably he wasn't, but like probably on HBO, like Game of Thrones looking motherfucker that I've ever seen. He's like, I don't know how I got an elf to fall in love with me.
It's like I do.
Hottest dwarf.
Yeah, because you're hot.
Yeah.
No, it just makes you wonder. Yeah, I will. It's funny you bring that up because I feel like out of the Hobbit, like those two, their choice with how they chose to have them look was a little took me out of the story.
A little bit. They should have been a little bit more dwarven.
Just like you said, give them a bigger nose or
like
something.
Evangeline Lilly playing that elf character that he falls in love with. That makes sense. Oh my God, Evangeline Lilly is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. I loved her playing Kate in Lost. I know you're not a Lost guy, but just fell in love with that actress. Honestly, she didn't do that much more that I would like. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was like, eh. I guess she was good in Real Steel. Anyways, all I'm gonna say is it's like very Hollywood to be like, all right, you know the two hot people in the cast?
Yeah.
They're gonna smash.
Yeah, well,
I mean, to be fair, they didn't, but they would have if they had lived.
They would have.
They would have totally smashed.
You can imagine it. Just imagine it.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know, Joe. Because we're weird.
Yeah, we are. And, you know, that's okay. The spice of life is weird. Some things in life are weirds. There's weird things that happen every day.
And this is a pretty weird section today for sure.
Are you saying it's time for this week's
Real World Weird?
It looks like someone picked a whole bouquet of whoopsie daisies.
Yes.
Joe's favorite joke. He had to write it into the title.
That is my favorite joke.
A woman in Thailand shocked temple staff when she started moving in her coffin after being brought in for cremation. Wat Rat Prakhong Tam, a Buddhist temple.
On. Is that's the name of the temple?
That is the temple.
Okay, try again if you don't mind.
Wat Rat Prakhong Tam, a Buddhist temple in the province of Nathaburi in the outskirts of Bangkok, posted a video on its Facebook page.
Okay, so outskirts of Bangkok. So we're in China. We're no longer in the Philippines.
Yeah, we're out of the Philippines now. That was just the spooky stuff and disclosure was the
cool. Just for clarification. All right, Buddha temple. I'm in.
That's right. Okay.
All right.
So on their Facebook page, showing a woman lying in a white coffin in the back of a pickup truck, slightly moving her arms and head, leaving temple staff bewildered. Paret Sudthup, a temple's general and financial affairs manager, told the Associated Press on Monday that the 65-year-old woman's brother drove her from the province of Phitsanulok to be cremated. He said they heard a faint knock coming from inside the coffin. I was a bit surprised, so I asked them to open the coffin, and everyone was startled. He said, I saw her opening her eyes slightly and knocking on the side of the coffin. She must have been knocking for quite some time.
I told him I wasn't dead, and he said, shh, go to sleep.
All right, I got you in your casket. You're good to go.
It's a little bit like murder or attempted murder.
It does.
Maybe it's innocent. He says it's innocent.
He says it, right. So according to Parat, the brother said his sister had been bedridden for about 2 years when her health deteriorated and she became unresponsive, appearing to stop breathing 2 days ago. The brother then placed her in a coffin, like what everybody would do. It's like, okay, well, she's dead. I'm going to go get a box.
Yeah, but also, was she sitting there for 2 days before he took her to the temple?
Maybe. In some cultures, they do that, don't they? Where they kind of like hang out with it.
She's like, alive.
I don't know. Yeah. The brother placed her in a coffin and made the 300-mile journey to a hospital in Bangkok, to which the woman had previously expressed a wish to donate her organs.
It seems like he just got sick of taking care of her, put her in a box, and just she'll be dead by the time we get there.
All right, Beatrice, there's nothing personal. I got shit to do, and I can't. You're really cramping the vibes of the house,
You know how hard it is to invite people over. No matter how many socks I put on the doorknob, you're always ringing the bell. Oh, I can't breathe.
I know. Selfish. Beatrice is a selfish lady.
All right, I think we might need to burn you alive.
The hospital refused to accept the brother's offer as he didn't have an official death certificate, Perret said. His temple offers a free cremation service. Right. And so his temple offers free cremation service, which is why the brother approached them on Sunday, but he was also refused due to the missing document. The temple manager said that while he was explaining how to go about getting a death certificate, when they heard the knocking, they then
took too long explaining it. The drugs wore off.
That's right. They then assessed her and sent her to a nearby hospital. The abbot said the temple would cover her medical expenses, according to Perret. So that's pretty cool. So they're going to cover medical for her. And
it's the least we could do. Her brother's a fucking idiot.
I was going to say, I feel like we could use an extra look at the brother. I'm just going to go out on a limb there and say that, I guess I don't understand. I don't know the culture, but it just seems to me like you call some kind of official when you think someone's dead.
Obviously, he was supposed to, because everyone was asking him for a death certificate. No one was just taking his word for it.
Right.
So this guy either was doing shenanigans or was kind of stupid. I don't know the man. I don't know the story beyond what we've read here, but it just seems like to me, and this is a complete false narrative that I'm crafting in my own head. I don't want anyone to get mad, just in case the uncle of this guy's listening to our show and hits us up like,
that's right.
Big entertainment, son of a bitches.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he got sick of taking care of his sister, threw her in a box, was like, yeah, she'd die. And it just tried to get her there, 300 miles, gets to the temple, and is like, here, take this body, burn it. And they're like, well, hold on, we need some paperwork. And he's like, okay, we have to hurry. Looking at his watch, the Benadryl wears off. Yeah, that's right, Benadryl.
Yep.
And she wakes up, and she's like, and I just imagine everyone working there is just like,
and he almost got away with it. Like, what if he had like his speech skill, like
if it wasn't
all the way maxed out?
Kids,
if he was just able to be like, like just Jedi mind trick them.
Yeah, look,
just like, I do not need a death certificate.
Yeah. She's totally dead.
Fire it up.
Yeah, they're like, I think she's alive. He's like, shh, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Like, thank God he didn't try to like DIY that. Think about that. You know what I mean? Like, what if he was just like,
he wasn't?
Oh well, I guess I could do it.
Yeah.
I'll just burn her.
I mean, the guy, maybe he didn't know he needed a death certificate. He might have not known that he just bury her in the backyard. You're right. So maybe it was more silly than malicious based on.
And he drove 300 miles. Right? Yeah. Just heading down the highway. 300 miles to Bangkok. I imagine that's a long, arduous journey.
Yeah.
And you think you've got your dead sister in a box in the back of your truck.
I mean, Ryan, he was mourning. Maybe he just like, or can you imagine he's just like blaring music? He's just headbanging to Slipknot.
Here I go again. Oh,
I was thinking Slipknot, but yeah, we get yours.
I haven't heard anything of them like accusing him of any foul play.
You can't fix stupid, Ryan.
I guess, yeah, they're just going with not like, oh man, does that hurt? That does hurt, right? That people actually believe that you are that stupid. Like, we're not even going to investigate this, you dumbass.
I don't know, maybe laws of burning your relatives is just different in China. I've never been to China, and I've never been in trouble for burning one of my relatives yet. I almost set you on fire once.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, technically, you kind of did.
We're actually really lucky that you don't have some major burns.
Like that was just on my. I think it was like on my pant leg.
Caught your hair on fire too.
No, didn't catch the hair. I got lucky.
Oh,
it was just my pant leg, and I was able to get down and stop, drop, and roll.
We're not going to go through the whole story right now, but I will say a couple cliff notes. Early 20s, Open bar after bomb fire.
Yes. And
Petroleum.
gasoline.
Gasoline. No, it was kerosene.
I don't think so. I think
No.
that was straight up gasoline.
It was kerosene.
Was it?
I don't think it makes a difference if you're putting it on an open fire.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for God's sakes, Ryan, I set you on fire. So
Well, I was
it didn't
pouring
really-
it. Yeah, I was pouring it, and you lit it while I was pouring it. That's how it happened. It was like
open bar.
it's okay.
Yeah.
We learned a lesson.
Definitely marked the end of that particular relationship. I was dating the girls whose house we were at the time, and let's just say we weren't dating for that much longer after that.
Yeah, Joe almost burned down her dad's garage.
Okay, the garage did set on fire,
did.
but I didn't almost burn it down. It was barely on fire. Barely. But anyways, back to this guy who almost burnt his sister. That was kind of weird.
Yep, that was very weird, but
Ryan brought us that story. I wanted to say that this next story I brought you guys, and I'd say it is even weirder.
and look at that silly eagle. Like,
Look
look
at
at
that
him. He's
eagle.
silly.
I want credit because I think I found a weirder story. So after this, Ryan, you tell me what you think.
All right. The trouble with eagles.
Yes.
A North Carolina motorist got quite the scare when a bald eagle grasping a cat lost its grip on the unfortunate feline, and then the would-be bird food smashed through the driver's windshield.
As one does.
According to a local media report, the wild incident occurred on Wednesday morning as Melissa Schlarb was commuting to work. Her normally routine drive initially turned wondrous when she spotted a bald eagle flying overhead. I'm not used to seeing them there, she recalled, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. However, when she got closer look at the bird, she realized that the majestic creature had something with it. Melissa Schlarb quickly determined that the bald eagle was clutching a cat, but barely had a hold on it, and it dropped it right on my windshield, smashing the glass and splattering the feline's remains all over her passenger side seat.
Sorry, it's not funny.
Just a mutilated kitty cat.
I mean, continue.
A cat was harmed in the telling of the story.
No, I mean not in the telling of the story, in the fact that it happened. It's not like we're choking cats down here.
Of course not.
Anywho,
I have guts all over me,
that is a quote.
is what she said.
That is a quote.
She said of the unsettling moments after impact. There's glass everywhere. It sounded like a bomb went off, a kitty cat bomb.
Wow.
An understandably disoriented Melissa slammed on her brakes and then maneuvered over to the breakdown lane to assess the situation. Looking,
That would be like the most surprising thing ever. Like you imagine that situation. You're looking at this eagle. What is it holding?
A bald
shit,
eagle.
It's a cat. Ah!
It's a cat.
And it just explodes next to you. You're just literally covered in blood. Like, ah!
Oh my God.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of amazing she was able to pull over in the breakdown lane because I might just like swerve and hit something. Ah!
Just, oh God.
Maybe it's because she saw it coming, looking up and seeing the eagle. Oh man. Like, what are the chances?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And because eagles, they pick up random animals to kill, right? So they dropping them is got to be something that happens. In fact, I'm pretty sure there is maybe not an eagle, but there's at least a falcon. There's some kind of bird of prey that like does that on purpose to kill it. Like they pick it up, they drop it, and then they fly down and eat the remains. So maybe he's just a shitty aim,
Maybe.
or the best aiming eagle ever.
Yeah. Like he was like, oh, that'll kill it. And he just drops it.
I just love the quote. There's guts all over me.
Looking back on the experience, she expressed gratitude that the dead cat struck the passenger side of her vehicle, since even a shift a little bit more in any direction, that could have landed in my face. Could have been a completely different story.
That's true, because you have to imagine you get glass in your face. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I think mine wins, because I think a dude totally driving his sister 300 miles that he thinks is dead to go get cremated, and he tries 2 different places. And it's not until the second one is explaining how to prove that she's dead legally that they hear her knocking on the casket. I think that's pretty weird. But I mean, this is weird.
This is weird. This is weird.
I've never had a cat come through my windshield.
I have never had an eagle drop a cat through my windshield. Now, I won't go as far as to say it. The point is, guys, what do you think? What is the weirder story? We're actually seriously asking you. Let's take a little survey. Feel free to comment on this YouTube video and tell us what you think. And if you're not watching on YouTube, email us at earthlingentertainmentpodcast@gmail.com. And in a week or so, we're going to tell you who won.
That's right.
What wins? Dead sister or dead cat? It's the race of the dead things.
Earthling Entertainment Special Report.
1. House of the Dragon has been renewed for Season 4.
2. America's first permanent Gundam store opens in Chicago on December 12th.
3. Robert Irwin wins Season 34 of Dancing with the Stars.
4. SNL's Marcelo Hernandez and Superman Skylar Gisondo are joining the cast of Shrek 5 as Shrek's two sons Fergus and Parkle.
5. The dog that starred in the recent scary movie Good Boy makes history as the first animal actor to be nominated for a major acting award. The canine is up for Best Performance in a Horror or Thriller at the Astra Film Awards.
This has been Earthling Entertainment Special Report.
Special report.
All right. Well, if the special report is quite concluded.
I believe so. We're not paying for more of their time.
No, we're not.
No.
We are not. We just give them the union allotted gremlin hours that they get to do the special report. But now
We have to actually figure out all the mythology behind these special report gremlins and just keep building as the show goes on.
Yeah.
And eventually completely sell out to Disney or DreamWorks, which I think is owned by Disney. I don't know. And just find a whole big animated thing and then just be like, the special report gremlins. And
right.
they'll get so popular. It'll be like The Simpsons with the Tracy Ullman show, where no one remembers the Tracy Ullman show, but they all know The Simpsons. And we'll be sitting there like, Earthling Entertainment was a thing. And they'll be like, no, man, special report gremlins. That's got 14 movies and 15 seasons of a television show.
That's right.
And that's the end of our fucking journey, Ryan.
And the merchandising is just
the
amazing.
gremlins are going to take us home.
That's right.
All right,
Cool.
but what's up first?
Well, I think first we're going to jump into a little section we like to call
Music Mumbles.
this article is about one of the biggest voices of our time.
That's right.
One of the best musicians and singers that ever lived.
Yeah, a singular voice for the new millennium 20 years ago.
Lizzie McGuire's got some stuff to sing about. Hilary Duff has teamed up with her Grammy-winning songwriter, producer, and spouse, Matthew Coma, who has penned hits for Britney Spears and Pink, on her new material, the first in more than a decade. Ooh, Luck or Something.
That's the name of it?
That's
Luck
the
or-
album.
Luck or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Is set for release on February 20th, 2026, and has released her lead single, Mature. So that's already out. You can already listen to that.
It's not like I was ever a big Hilary Duff fan, but it's weird to think she hasn't done anything in 10 years, because in my head, it was just like one of those kids Disney stars or kid stars that go into music. Like Selena Gomez got into music. Britney Spears technically was a kid star in the Mickey Mouse Club. It just seems like it's what you do. So
Yeah.
in my head, she still did it, because I know she did the How I Met Your Mother spinoff, but I mean, does she act regularly, or is she just living her life doing something else? I don't know.
I think she's a mom now. So I think that's a lot of her time is just doing that.
Sure.
But I remember seeing her doing commercials. She teamed up with it's one of those diet programs where you literally get a box with all your meals and stuff for
To be fair, those are pretty cool, man. I've made those ready to make. They're we've given you 4 potatoes, which is all you need. Here's your recipe. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. It's good for lazy people who
I
don't
th-
want to learn how to cook.
I want to say she was doing that. She was doing the commercials for that. And then, when I was just searching through the news, I'm like, Hilary Duff, she's still doing music? That's awesome.
I think it's kind of funny because both of us are this is cool on principle, but neither one of us have ever really listened to Hillary. Can you name one song she ever did? I feel like your girlfriend's going to be like, why did you guys cover this?
Oh, she is. Oh, she is. She's already I guarantee she's why did my boyfriend pick Hilary Duff?
Because Duff Man does a lot of things.
That's right. Explaining the meaning behind the LP's title, Hillary shared, "I am often asked how I still have my head on straight after growing up in this industry. The album title is my way of answering that question. Mature is a little conversation with my present self that's having with my younger self. The two of us are reflecting on an experience and sending love to each other. It's a chuckle, a wink, and a sense of being grateful that we are sure-footed in where we landed, says Hillary Duff.
I wish I was that secure in life.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she's doing just fine.
I imagine my like 6-year-old self be like, "What happened?"
like, oh God.
Like, Jesus, that's how we look now.
All right. Maybe I'm done trying.
No, don't be done trying. That's how we get here.
It's South Park. When the future Cartman comes back and he's like, "This is the day that you turn things around." He's like all like successful and then he's like, "You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna eat whatever I want and do whatever I want, whatever." And then he like turns like into like a fat like
mechanic.
The mechanic, and he's like, "Ah, God damn it!"
Like, oh no. But to be fair, in that particular instance, Cartman should have known that he probably should not go talk to his younger self. That just seemed like
he should have known better. Yeah, I wouldn't go talk to Cartman.
No.
The 38-year-old star is set to play a series of intimate shows in North America and London. Fans can expect to hear more new songs at concerts. Hillary said, "It's happening. I'm over the moon to be stepping on stage again." Additionally, it was announced that Hillary will star in an intimate docu-series about her return to music. So they're going all in. The show will...
I mean, the album must be pretty good, or they at least think that she has enough fans still out there who are going to, like, jump on board.
Yeah, evidently. I didn't know.
Yeah.
The show will
I
explore...
wonder if you could do the docuseries and write it off as marketing for the album, or is that too much because it's a whole docuseries?
I mean, yeah, it's totally marketing the album, right?
I wonder if Taylor Swift wrote off the Eras Tour.
The Eras Tour movie. I'll bet.
She's a smart businesswoman. I bet she, if anyone did, I bet she did. Continue. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the different blonde singer.
Yes. It will explore the highs and lows of Hillary's comeback. The docuseries will feature stylized interviews, performances, and videos from Hillary's personal archive.
All right.
The show being directed and executive produced by Grammy-nominated Sam Wrench, who previously helmed Taylor Swift The Eras Tour and A Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter. So I
like the title of A Nonsense Christmas.
Yeah. So he's no stranger to doing these things. So it sounds like she's got a good team. Good for her.
Yeah. So if any of you out there are one of those hill dogs, look forward to Hillary Duff's.
Oh, I'm a hill dog.
Oh,
yeah.
Look forward to Hillary Duff's new album and tour, and
Lizzie's still McGuireing
on a docuseries coming soon.
That's right.
I do think it's funny because it's like no one can say that we're biased and only cover things we like, because on Music Mumbles, we're like, all right, let's tell you about King Diamond.
Right.
Now let's tell you about Hillary Duff.
Yep.
Say, we got both sides.
We're all over the place. We did Bob Marley not that long ago as well.
We did Bob Marley. We're probably not going to do too much country stuff simply because I know nothing about it. But who knows? If a country star does something wacky, they'll probably end up on the show. They're like, this guy bought an aquarium. I'm going to like, all right, Garth Brooks bought an aquarium. We'll talk about it. I don't know.
I'm sure that's just the least of what Garth Brooks is doing, man. He just seems like a weirdo anymore. Like, he always was weird. Like, in the 90s, he like did like a weird, like, or was it 2000s? Like, he started wearing his hair like all like goth.
Okay, there's actually a whole big story about that. Garth Brooks was going to play a character. God, I don't know the name. It was Kevin Conroy, something. That's not it. That was the guy who played Batman's voice. But the point is, it was a character for a movie, and he released an album as that character, and then the movie never came out. So it was just a weird album where he played a character, and no one understands why, unless you have this little bit of information I have.
Yeah, I remember him with You Can't Have It a Mango with what's his name from SNL. When he was on SNL, he did some funny sketches. It was
Rob Schneider?
Chris Kattan.
I love Chris Kattan.
Yeah.
Mr. Peepers.
He used to be Peepers,
Mr. Peepers. That was something that SNL should have made a movie of. Sorry, continue.
Yes, I agree. Can
you imagine the Mr. Peepers movie? All you have to do is rip off Tarzan and make it retarded. Excuse me for using that word. Make it silly.
Yeah. No, that's true. But no, I just remember, I don't know, it was like a whole scene where he was basically confessing his love to Chris Kattan as Mango, where he was like a flamboyant like pop star and everyone wanted him, and it was just amazing. I don't know why. When I think Garth Brooks,
he was like
that's what
like
I think
a Ricky Martin character. Are you mixing up who Garth Brooks is?
No. Garth Brooks was the host.
Oh, okay.
And
got
he
it.
was.
It was a skit. I get you.
It was a skit, yeah. And he was basically like confessing his love to Mango,
man.
like that he couldn't live without him. It was amazing.
Was it? Did they end up together?
I don't think so. No.
So what you're
Because
saying
you
is,
can't happen to Mango.
so their love is dead,
That's right.
much like these celebrities.
Remember that guy? Remember that gal? Well, now they're dead.
John Iman. He appeared in more than a dozen TV series, including Leave It to Beaver, The Twilight Zone, and McKeever, and the Colonel as a child actor in the late 1950s and 60s. He has died. His family said he died of prostate cancer at his home in Mukilteo. He had been diagnosed in September. He was 76. So, guys, don't skip out on the old butt exam.
The colonoscopies. Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
76 is when you're right at that age where it's like, all right, in your 70s, it's still young, but it's old enough that it's like, okay, that makes sense. So it sucks that he died of cancer, but like you got to live to your 70s. That's pretty good. Not everyone gets that.
Yeah, went the same way as Lemmy from Motorhead because he refused to get checked.
Remember to check your butt.
Ding.
It's important.
Jimmy Cliff, the reggae music legend and star of seminal Jamaican film The Harder They Come, has died at 81. His wife, Latifah Chambers, said he passed away due to a seizure followed by pneumonia. Oof, that's a rough one.
Still though, 80s, not bad.
Not bad, but that's a rough way to go.
It is a rough way to go. Don't get it. Don't want to die sick. I mean, there's not really a good way to die. How many people actually die like comfortably in their sleep? It's probably a very small percentage.
It's probably a very small percentage. And who's to say that you don't wake up like, oh my God, I'm dying. Ah. And then they're just like, oh, he died in his sleep.
Oh, how peaceful. They're like, no.
It's like, oh God, it hurts. It hurts so bad.
Kevin Smith tells a story about when his dad died and that his dad died screaming.
Oh my God.
How horrible is that? And then there's a few different stories I've heard about people dying and just like, just wake up like, I see nothing. So all I could say is when we go, I hope it's as least traumatic as possible for me and anyone else who might be around.
We'll see.
We'll see. But hey, if I make it to my 80s like this reggae singer, excellent. Good job. Next.
That brings us to Jill Freud. She's the longtime actress whose final big screen role was in Love, Actually, and who was the inspiration for Lucy in C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia. She has died. According to her daughter, Emma Freud, she was 98.
Yeah, well, she'd have to be if she was the inspiration for a character from Chronicles of Narnia. I mean, the guy, C.S. Lewis was friends with J.R.R. Tolkien. They were in a writing club together.
Okay.
So they gave each other notes for Lord of the Rings and Hobbit and the Chronicles of Narnia back and forth. Like they were buddies. So this woman would have to be that old if she was the inspiration for one of the kids, right?
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, she was an actress in her own right, but it would be weird to be known for it's like I'm known for being inspiring something else. Like the Wendy from Wendy's, right? Like, I don't know if Wendy is her real name, but the granddaughter of Wendy's, like she didn't create that restaurant, but everyone knows her. She's famous because of that. Dave Thomas created the restaurant, but Wendy gets all the credit.
That's true.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know either.
More dead people.
Udo Kier, the German actor known for his eclectic body of work with more than 280 film and TV roles during his career, has died. He was 81. Udo Kier died Sunday, November 23rd at Eisenhower Health Hospital in Rancho Mirage.
He's probably one that people are going to recognize the most. If you're listening to or watching the video version of this, we're obviously putting a picture up on screen. I've seen him in a lot, and so have you. He's just that German character actor. That's why he's in so many things, is because he had a very good look and sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that guy. Hey guys, we're here on a different day to record this small segment because we wanted to honor Kevin Smith, the writer director who is Silent Bob in so many of his films. His mother passed away, and he wrote this beautiful thing on his Instagram, and we wanted to honor her and share it with you. So we're putting it up on the screen if you guys are watching the visual. Otherwise, Ryan, take it away.
The bill for 55 years of unconditional love came due on December 1st, and the costly price was having to watch the strongest person I've ever known, my absolute favorite person in the world, exit the stage after a lifetime of setting it for her children. My mom is gone at 8:34 last night. Grace V. Smith, the first person I ever loved, took her last breath. The matriarch of 21st Jackson Street was born and raised in the ironbound section of Newark, which made her a strong woman with a stronger heart that had a tendency to put everyone else first. She was adopted by my grandparents when she was just an infant and raised Catholic. After high school, she trained to be a secretary and worked at a Prudential for a minute before meeting some goofy guy at a bowling alley. 2 years later, she married that pinstriker named Don Smith. The newlyweds moved into an apartment in Kearney in 1965 and welcomed their first child, Virginia. Grace's parents had a small summer bungalow in the seaside town of Highlands, and while visiting them with baby Virginia, Grace and Don discovered a house for sale around the block. From New Jersey, purchased their piece of paradise down the shore for all $13,000 in 1966 with a 20-year mortgage.
Oh
and
my
then
God!
welcome their
Can
first...
you imagine if we could get a house for $13,000 right now, man?
No, I cannot.
I spent more than that on my web series.
Yeah. And then welcome their first and best son, Don. The four Smiths would live happily ever after until 4 years later, when their youngest son, Kevin, was born on his brother Don's birthday in 1970. Bargaining in and declaring himself the star of the show, the real star was always Amazing Grace, Mama Lee, the mother of all mothers. She was a lioness, fiercely protective of her pride, who lived for her kids. So there's never been a day in my life when I didn't know in my bones that I was valued as a human being, cherished as a child, and deeply loved beyond reason. My mom made me feel like I mattered to our family, to the world, and especially to her.
Yeah. All right. I mean, there's nothing more to really be said. If you are a fan of Kevin Smith, he talks about his family and his mother, especially, a lot. And this is, obviously a huge loss for anyone. But since I'm such a big fan of him, since we're such a big fan of him, and he cared so deeply, I thought we would honor her on today's show. And that's everybody this week. It seemed like a lot, but pour one out for those we've lost, and to everyone who entertained us and is no longer with us, we salute you.
Salute.
Earthling Entertainment headlines.
A new Stargate series is happening at Amazon.
Finally.
It's a good day to be a science fiction fan. Celebrate, my friends, because a long dormant franchise has finally been called back up to the big leagues. No, it's not Star Wars or Star Trek. It's actually the third Star titled show. That's right. Stargate will soon make its triumphant return thanks to MGM and Amazon.
I actually am really excited. I love Stargate. I always had. The 1994 movie was by Roland Emmerich. Then they had Stargate SG-1 that started out in 2007. They had about, not 2007, 1997. They had about 4 or 5 seasons before Sci-Fi Channel picked it up. And then the series ran for 10 seasons. Then they had a spinoff show called Stargate Atlantis, which lasted 5 seasons, and then they had Stargate Universe lasted 2 seasons. On top of that, they had 2 straight-to-video movies, which are technically sequels to the series, not the movies. All of this to say is this has been an active timeline, kind of like Star Trek before the Kelvin timeline. It's all one big universe. And if you like these kind of shows, if you are a Trekkie or a Star Wars fan, Stargate is right up there. You got your team, your characters, your whole universe, how it expands. Fucking love Stargate.
I saw the first movie, the 84 movie.
Yeah, because
that's all I've seen of Stargate, and I liked it. I thought it was really good.
Well, imagine a sequel that goes on for
ever.
A human to live 17 seasons of shows after that.
Ever. You just said forever.
But there's more, Ryan. There's more Stargate coming.
I'm sure there is, Joe. And then you go into the Stargate, and then there's even more Stargates that we don't even Stargate. They're Stargating more Stargates. Stargate.
There was actually an animated show called Stargate Infinite, too.
Good.
Continue. Yeah. Well, there's going to be more. I'm happy.
Are there books?
Oh, there's a lot of books.
Of course
If
there's
you look
books.
over there under Dune, do you see those Dune books on the other side of the
I see
library?
those dude books.
Under that whole stack and everything behind it are Stargate books.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Lots of Stargate.
Well,
According to Variety, the new television series comes to us from Martin Giroux, who began his career in the original Stargate TV franchise. He will serve as writer, executive producer, and showrunner. 20 years ago, my first real job in television was a story editor on Stargate Atlantis. I spent 5 years at the franchise working across all 3 series. Stargate taught me everything about making television. It's written in my DNA. I'm beyond thrilled that Amazon MGM Studios has entrusted me with guiding this incredible franchise into its next phase. For those who've kept the gate active through conventions, rewatches, and unwavering faith, this one's for you. And for those that are new to our world, I promise you, you're in for something extraordinary, says Martin Giroux.
I will give you all the DVDs and a DVD player. I don't even need to do that. It's streaming somewhere for free.
I say, I'm sure I can find it.
I just love physical media, and I keep forgetting that the future doesn't. Continue.
Exact plot details for the series are being kept under wraps. However, if you're anything like us here at Earthling Entertainment, we're sure you're ready to take another step through the gate.
I forgot something, by the way. I'm a little ashamed. There was another straight-to-video sequel, but it was more of a prequel to the movie, and it wasn't really a straight-to-video. What it was is they had a Kickstarter, and they made it into a web series, something like 10 parts. But then when they released it on physical media and online, they put it together into one movie, and that was Stargate Origins Catherine. And it actually told the story of the little girl whose father originally found the Stargate buried in Egypt. You remember how that movie started where they unbury a giant Stargate, Ryan?
It's been a long time, but yes, I do remember that.
Okay, well, that little girl who's like, oh shit, look, a Stargate. It's about her when she's like in her 20s or 30s.
Good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
So if you're into Stargate, there's 3 series, 3 straight-to-video movies, an original movie, and there's going to be another series. And I'm glad they got the guy who at least has been in the show from the beginning. I mean, that's pretty cool. I want to know, because they're a little vague on it, whether or not this show will be a continuation of the linear timeline as we know it, or if it's going to be a reboot. I imagine it's going to be a continuation by the simple fact that the guy they got was in the old series. So he's already aware with the narrative that they laid out. You know what I mean?
Reboots are kind of a big deal, though, too. So who knows? It all depends on what they all decide on with the studio and stuff like that, right? So
yeah, you're right. You're right. There is a built-in fan base for the original, but that didn't stop Star Trek with the Kelvin timeline. But that was J.J. Abrams, and that was movies. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say about that, Ryan. You know what you should do? Watch Stargate.
I should.
And then
well, we have some good news and bad news. What we can expect from the future of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. So, this is everything you need to know in a nutshell. Get it in a shell?
no.
Paramount?
Should be. This is everything you need to know in a half shell or a total
That's
shell.
what you should have did.
Damn it.
You screwed up.
Well, I wrote these things. All right, that's it. I'm turning in my writer badge. Continue.
Paramount, as a company, wasn't doing very well. Despite their issues, they were moving forward with a rated R adaptation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. For those of you who don't know, this is an adult-oriented story that's full of violence, blood, and mayhem.
It's pretty good. It takes place in the far future after 3 out of the 4 turtles have been killed.
That's right. Only one survived. Fast forward some time, and Dave Ellison's Skydance company buys Paramount, and the new regime has decided to make a lot of changes. First thing, the company has decided to axe The Last Ronin, which, in our opinion, is nothing short of a tragedy. That being said, no one here at Earthling Entertainment is surprised by this news. The film was supposed to be directed by, do you know that? Ilya Naishuller, but alas, apparently we can't have nice things.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it really doesn't matter who was going to direct it because no one's going to direct it.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
And I've been saying for months, like when this story first broke, that they were going to make a Last Ronin movie. Have I not been saying that I don't think it'll actually happen?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for them to cancel it, and I wanted it to be real so much. I'm actually Not mad, but like, because I'm not surprised, so I can't really be mad. But I'm really genuinely disappointed.
I was gonna say you could be
Yeah.
disappointed. I know
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Well, David Ellison and Skydance bought Paramount, like you mentioned, and you know, anytime a company does that, there's a lot of changes happen. Things change. I don't know. I'm depressed.
Just gonna have to buy the comic books for The Last Ronin.
You should. There is a lot of them, and they've actually have a more too. They've continued it.
So on top of that, they canceled Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, an animated spin-off of 2024's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. The upcoming episodes will be the series' last. However, the sequel to Mutant Mayhem is still slated to come out September 17th, 2027, with returning producers Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, directed by Jeff Rowe.
And that makes sense because it's an animated film and they've been working on it for a while.
Yeah.
So they probably were like, well, I mean, they sometimes scrap movies after it's finished, but if they already sunk enough money and time into it, they might be like, well, just let it run out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know. I think you said it to me the other day. You were just like, you just knew that they weren't going to do an R-rated Ninja Turtles.
Never were.
They're just not going to do it.
But the Mutant Mayhem did well critically, and it made a decent amount of money. So like if they were already working on it, it would make sense. But the spinoff show was kind of fun, and I understand why they canceled it. I bought it and I like it, but maybe I just like it because I want to like it because I only watched the first 2 episodes and I never went back to it. And maybe that's the way everyone was, right? Like there's so many Ninja Turtle content and I'm a Ninja Turtle fan. So I have so much of the Ninja Turtle content that for me, it's, if you don't like an iteration, they'll change it. So I wasn't surprised or worried about the fact that they canceled that particular show because a lot of people didn't like the 2012 show because they didn't like the CGI. Then there was the, they had that weird anime looking one that came out, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That one was also not very good, but they ended it for fans of that show with a movie on Netflix to go back to Netflix making random movies of shows. Yeah.
Cowabunga.
But anyways, continue.
However, it isn't all doom and gloom for our heroes in the half shell. Neil H. Moritz, the producer behind the Sonic and Fast and the Furious franchises, are in negotiations to take on the job of rebooting the Ninja Turtles as a new live-action film franchise for Paramount. Now, that would be great.
Well, that's what's happening.
Paramount's goal is obviously to make a 4-quadrant franchise that they can expand into several sequels, and clearly they think the best way to do that is by starting fresh. We will see how this goes, but for the longtime fans, the loss of the last Ronin film will make any upcoming project a bit bittersweet. A bit of anchovies on that pizza.
Yeah.
You know?
And that is how I feel. So if you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, like I am, be happy of the fact that they're not letting go of this franchise. I mean, they're going to be going for a while. They're still making movies, still doing games. Magic the Gathering has new cards coming out. But what you were promised, you're not getting. Think of it like Star Wars. Don't believe it until it's in theaters.
And I agree with that too, but I just felt like, I don't know. I felt like they thought about it wrong. I could see if they did it right, like if they did
what
it
right?
The Last Ronin, if they did it awesome, like live action, made it really, really good.
Yeah.
Like I could see it being great. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we know who the turtle is who's left over. I don't know if we should spoil it.
Let's not. Guys, it's one of the 4 turtles is revealed in the first set of comics. So just read that 5 issues and you'll know. Or Google it if you care that much.
Yep. So I could see them making it work really well.
I could too.
So it would not only be like badass, it could also be like really like deep. You know what I mean? Because it's the last turtle. You know, there's a lot to reflect on. You know,
there was a few things that I was excited about. I know what you're saying is because it's older. You're with the people who watched it when they were kids, and they were talking about doing some exciting things, like getting the woman who originally played April in the first movie to come back as April in this one. So yeah, I don't know, man.
They missed the mark.
They missed the mark. You know what would have been cool is like a Batman Beyond City, but with like 1994 The Crow aesthetic. Do you know what I mean? Like a real gothic, futuristic Ninja Turtles. They were never going to do a rated R because Ninja Turtles is primarily a young person's franchise, and they don't want to alienate the kids. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, we're going to make a rated R Mario movie. No, you're
I
not.
guess that's kind of true. I guess
Right.
I get that, but I don't know. I feel like it's so our thing,
I
that
mean, there's still kids today who like it.
I get it,
They like their
but
version of the Turtles, not ours.
that's what I'm saying. Like, how many kids are going to actually probably, well, I mean, maybe they will. One day I'll have my kids sit and watch the original movies.
You know what they'll do? I guarantee this is what they'll do. It might not happen this year. It might take a few years, but they will make a Last Ronin movie, but it'll be straight to digital and it'll be animated.
They'll do that.
They'll
for
make
sure.
a rated R animated straight to digital movie because people like us want to see it and we'll buy it, but the financial risk is not going to be the same that,
Yeah.
if they're not releasing it in theaters and it's
All right.
animated.
Sounds like it's time for someone to do like a really cool fan film. Like sometimes some Star Wars fan films and stuff like that I see where they just do like a scene. Like I could so see someone being able to do something pretty cool with Last Ronin.
They probably could. It's just doing that with the last one's a little bit harder to do because you either have to have CGI or really good makeup to do a turtle, even though his face is covered like a ninja through a lot
That's
of it.
what I'm saying. You can pull it off.
So you might be able to get away with just a mask. I don't know. They had like a adult oriented not Ninja Turtles, Power Ranger show that they did like a web series. So it could happen. It could happen. Strange things happen in the industry. Like Scarlett Johansson was in a new Jurassic Park, as you know, and I thought that was a strange pick, but maybe Scarlett Johansson just likes picking weird movies to be a part of because that's our third headline right here.
Can Black Widow save the Exorcist franchise? It's a good question. Never thought I'd ask it.
I know.
The most recent attempt at rebooting The Exorcist didn't go that well. Universal's 2023 The Exorcist Believer only pulled in $65 million domestically on a $30 million budget. That's not that bad.
No, but it's not great.
While this does indicate the film wasn't an outright flop, it definitely wasn't the mass hit that the filmmakers were hoping for. The Exorcist Believer was originally intended to be the first installment in a new trilogy. However, it seems like plans have changed. The upcoming Exorcist will be set in the same universe as the 1973 film, but it isn't a sequel.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like demons can possess people all over the world. You don't need to be related to the same family.
Yeah, I can see that, right? Because, all the craziness, the madness is still going on.
Turns out Chaz in Kentucky was having the similar issue. Let's see his story.
I am no one. That scene still scares me. Mike Flanagan
It's Mike Flanagan.
Flanagan, thank you.
Yeah, he was actually also at Motor City Comic Con.
Oh, cool.
He directed Doctor Sleep and a few other things. He does a lot of Stephen King adaptations.
I like Doctor Sleep. That movie's messed up. I love that movie.
Well, Mike Flanagan loves King, so Stephen King, not King Diamond. Not he might love King Diamond too, but that's not what I'm talking about right here.
Nice.
So he's a good choice for this.
Right. So Mike Flanagan is writing, directing, and producing this new installment, which has been described as a radical new take on the property. Radical. To top it off, Universal have enlisted the talents of Scarlett Johansson to star in the new film. Mike Flanagan, best known for Dr. Sleep and Life of Chuck, had this to say about Scarlett Johansson's casting. Scarlett is a brilliant actress whose captivating performances always feel grounded and real, from genre films to summer blockbusters, and I couldn't be happier to have her join this Exorcist film.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I'm excited that a huge star is going to be in my movies. I mean, you have to realize Scarlett Johansson, if you add up all her movies, kind of like Zoe Saldana, is a very, very, very like high-ranking like box office person because the Avengers movies and other things that she's done. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. It's like, yeah, this great, huge star that's massively popular. I'm really happy she's going to be in my movie. Plus, it would be kind of a funny thing to be like, oh, they hired her.
And she's a great singer too, because she was the
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, she's a great singer. She was the porcupine in Sing and Sing Too, and she actually sang in that, and it was awesome.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just Wasn't the first thing that popped in my head. Fair enough. Also a good singer.
An excellent singer.
An excellent singer.
That's right.
All right. Well, you heard it here on Earthling Entertainment. That chick has the pipes.
She does, dude. She does. Among many things she has. She has many great assets,
Yes.
features.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's married to
Talents.
Colin Jost from SNL.
Nice. So
Just
she's got a good sense of humor.
That's true.
You
That's
know?
true. Yeah. Hey guys, it's us. We're back. We are future Joe and Ryan. Well, hold on. We are future Joe and Ryan to the Joe and Ryan you've been watching, because this is recorded after that was recorded and they don't know we exist. But according to the laws of time, you watching this would be after we recorded it. So technically we're still past Ryan and Joe, but we're less past. We're more recent than the Joe and Ryan you've been watching. Anyways, we thought we'd pop back in and say a couple things. There's a headline that we need to discuss. Did you know Zootopia 2 is just kicking ass and taking over the world, Ryan?
Well, the song did say to try everything, and I guess everything also includes just making a buttload of money.
That's right. Here is an additional headline.
Zootopia 2 makes box office history. Zootopia 2 took no prisoners at the box office last Thanksgiving weekend. That's right, it was a ferocious beast.
Killed a lot of other movies. It was murder. There's mayhem. There was snips of film everywhere. Well, it's digital now. There was broken hard drives everywhere.
Cute little corpses as far as the eye can see.
Ah!
It didn't just beat the competition. It demolished all adversaries. The film took home a massive $556 million globally.
Yeah, that's half $1 billion, Ryan.
That is over $500 million, Joe.
Over $500 million in a weekend. I wonder if I'll make $500 million in my lifetime. They made it in a weekend. Damn.
Sure you will, Joe. Just keep, you shoot for the moon. You'll land amongst the stars, right? You'll be all right. So it got 400 million in the international markets, with 272 million of that from China alone. The sixth largest opening in China box office history. 156 million from North American theaters. It is the largest global animated opening of all time. So wait a minute. So that means it beat Super Mario. So if Super Mario is finally
Super Mario, I think it was very high grossing. It made like $1.3 billion. But as far as the opening weekend is concerned, now granted, this is a Thanksgiving weekend, so it is a little bit of a longer weekend, but yeah, it is the biggest animated in the entire world opening ever.
Oh, that is interesting, right? You're right, because a lot of people had the time off.
Yeah.
So they could get so it is, you're right. So the odds were slightly ever more in their favor.
Well, yes and no, because a lot of movies open up on Thanksgiving weekend. This is not the first time an animated film that is popular has opened up on Thanksgiving weekend. So it is still an
Right.
incredible, holy shit,
And a lot of movies open up on Christmas,
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least you're right. Yeah. So for the same reason.
Since Thanksgiving's always Thursday, then people always have Friday off. So that's like a 4-day weekend right off the bat. Whereas Christmas, people tend to have, depending on where it falls, it could be that way or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
anyway.
So it says not only that, but it's now the 4th largest global box office debut in history. So just period. Of any movie.
Period.
Only behind Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Each one of those films ultimately took home between 1.9 and 2 million in revenue. Can Zootopia 2 do the same?
That says
Only
million.
time
It's two.
will
It's
tell.
supposed to be 2 billion, 1.9 or 2 billion in revenue.
Sorry, Ron Burgundy over here. I read what's on the teleprompter.
Yeah, but the point is, man, that is insane. That means that Zootopia 2 could possibly make almost $2 billion or more based on the trajectory of the opening weekend by compared to the first 3. It's a crazy success is the simple point.
Well, the first one was literally a great movie. Like it was actually good. Like
Yeah, it
the
wasn't
story was
figuratively a
good.
great movie. It was literally.
Right. Like the story was good, the animation was good, everything was good, the
It was
acting
good.
was great. And so I worry, like with Frozen, for example.
Sure.
The first Frozen, for whatever, I mean, I'm bored as to tears of it, but for all rights and purposes, a great story. It was solid, good songs, good acting. Everything was great story.
Yeah.
It had a beginning, middle, and end.
Totally.
The second movie, horrible.
Forgettable, for
I
sure.
think Frozen 2 is the worst sequel of like all Disney Pixar history. And
that's
so
a lot, man. That's intense.
heavy. There's zero good about it in my opinion. It's so bad. I
don't
remember
know, man.
watching
Some
it
of
and
those
just being
straight to video
like,
sequels. Some of those straight to video sequels, though. Like, have you ever seen like Pocahontas 2? Or like
No,
The
but you know
Hunchback
what?
of Notre Dame 2? Or like
No, but
Cinderella 4?
I am tossing my hat in the ring for them because Frozen 2 is that much garbage. So I'm worried that Zootopia 2 is going to do it. And I actually have a bit of evidence that there might be a problem with their storytelling with this with this series. They closed down It's Tough to Be a Bug, which is the ride at Disney World and Animal Kingdom inside the gigantic tree in the center, right? So you go walk all the way down, and to the bottom there's a show, and it's like a 3D animation show, and it's got some animation puppets and stuff like that. But so they closed that down. Excuse me. And they did a Zootopia one. Every review I've seen of it, everyone's like, yeesh. Like no one liked it.
Yeah, but that's the ride. That has nothing to do with the film.
That's true. I'm just saying. Saying.
I don't know, man. That's like saying, all right, I'm going to sound really dated here, but that's like saying I didn't like the Jurassic Park ride, so the movie must be fucking terrible. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Granted, okay, I'll give you that. But I'm just saying, when it came to like, how could they not have come up with a good story? That's what everybody said there. Like, it literally felt like there was nothing there. There was no point to going to see this. Like, it was just random. Like, it didn't make sense. But
what are you?
But like you said, though, that is the
what?
ride or whatever. This new Zootopia ride. It's not even a ride. It's like I said, it's like a show.
Yeah, but see, they redo that. They do that. So in Universal Studios Hollywood, when I lived there, when I first got there, they had the Terminator 2, and it's like a live action show and movie. And by the time I left LA, it had changed to the Minions. And I could say the same thing where the E.T. ride, where you're riding the bikes, turned into the Mummy ride, which is a 3D not 3D. It's a roller coaster. And
that'd be awesome.
It was a pretty cool. It was one of the best rides in that park. And the Back to the Future ride had turned into a Simpsons ride. So they repurpose the rides all the time. And everyone who likes the original always bitches about the new revamped one. So I'm wondering if it's a case of that, because I had never seen both.
It could be.
I wouldn't know. But as far as Zootopia 2 is concerned, it translates well over everyone. Everywhere is what I mean. All countries have animals, and it's, it works pretty well. I did want to say one thing is, for me, Moana 2 is what you're talking about with Frozen 2. Is Moana 2 for me sucked. I hated Moana.
Oh, see, I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen it yet, and that's the thing. Is Frozen 2 was so bad that it like turned me off of these sequels. Like I haven't even bothered, and I loved Moana. My kids, that was a staple of my firstborn.
You can't
like,
say every Disney sequel's gonna suck because one fucking Disney sequel sucked. Give it like, well, Frozen 2 was terrible. So I've lost all faith in Disney sequels. That is it. You know what was a Disney sequels, Ryan? Rescuers Down Under. And that movie was awesome.
That's also like a 30-40-year-old movie.
It flopped hard, but it was awesome. There's
it's
other
a great
Disney
movie.
Sequels that were
Joanna is my favorite Disney princess. Joanna the lizard from, remember? Joanna, his lizard that was eating the eggs out of the thing, the poachers.
Oh yeah, Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna. Yeah. That's the Disney princess. She's a Disney
out
princess.
Here digging holes again?
Like, dude, that movie's fucking hilarious. Like, no, that movie's great.
Okay.
And another, and Toy Story 2 was good, not as good as 3. 3 was arguably better. Yeah,
I agree.
But
And that's right. Now we have one final headline for you. I'm looking at you, Kevin, right there in Minnesota. Didn't think we were watching, but haha, we see everything, Kevin.
I've seen things. Another video game is headed for the small screen. There was a time where video game adaptations being terrible was a sure thing, with the exception of the 1993 live-action Super Mario Brothers movie, which is, of course, the greatest cinematic achievement of a generation. Beyond that magnificent diamond in the rough, the law of averages usually meant you weren't going to get anything worthwhile.
I want you to know, guys, that we re-recorded this a second time so Ryan would actually say that properly.
That's right, because we all know that that is not entirely, that is a subjective opinion, Joe.
That is a subjective opinion. That being said, greatest cinematic achievement of a generation.
But things have changed. Fallout, The Last of Us, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more have proven video games have become a viable option to mine source material. Hopefully, Far Cry will continue this pattern of success. According to Variety, FX has ordered a series adaptation of Ubisoft's Far Cry video games from Noah Hawley and Rob Mack, formerly known as Rob what was it?
It's Rob McElhenney. And
Thank you.
honestly, the reason why you are having trouble with it is the same thing that everyone does. Everyone has problems saying Rob McElhenney, which is why he legally changed his name to Rob Mack. So that wouldn't happen anymore.
It was smart, yeah, because I don't get it. Mac famously created and stars in the hit FX comedy series It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Love that show. Season 17.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This will be the first live-action Far Cry adaptation for TV. The games were previously adapted into a 2008 direct-to-video film starring Till Schweiger and directed by Uwe Boll.
Ball.
Or
Uwe Ball. Or Olba. I don't know. This guy loves video games. He's a German director, and he's known for making some of... I'm not trying to be mean. This is just the overall consensus of the internet. He's known for making some of the worst movies ever made. And he loves, for whatever reason, video game adaptations. He did Alone in the Dark, which was, I believe, Tara Reid was in that one. He did House of the Dead, the first House of the Dead one. He did Postal. Remember that video game Postal?
I remember the video game.
He did a movie of Postal. He did Blood Rain. I mean, and that was the Vampire Cop. Which is funny because none of those movies.
I think I remember
Vampire Cop.
The one scene in Postal, wasn't it? Where just like a ton of kids just got shot.
Yes.
Like there's a whole scene of just like slow-mo, bunch of kids just getting shot to death.
Yep, that happened in that movie. There's a reason why he's known as like not the greatest filmmaker. And you know what's funny is he told his critics, he's like, if any film critic wants to, like, I'm gonna box you in the ring. And he actually challenged his critics to a boxing match and like fought his critics in a boxing ring. He's a really interesting feller. Oh, In the Name of the King. He did In the Name of the King, also video game. Dragon Siege. It's based on the Dragon Siege games.
Okay.
Yeah. So his adaptation of the Far Cry series in a movie form in 2008 was terrible.
Yes. And that's what it says here, that the direct-to-video film for Far Cry was objectively horrible. Additionally, Netflix released the animated project Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix in 2023, which was inspired by Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Yeah. And it's funny, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon it's a spin-off of Far Cry 3. Far Cry is a lot of games. There's Far Cry, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but then they have Far Cry Primal. They have Far Cry A New Dawn, which is a sequel to Far Cry 5, but yet not Far Cry 6. Far Cry Primal is like you're a caveman, like I mentioned, and just a lot of Far Cries. I was a big fan of 4. 4 was my favorite. Far Cry 4 was definitely the best. Far Cry 3 is also good. 5 was good. 6 was not so good. Never played 2 or 1. Do you play any of these games?
Never played any of them.
It's fun. It's a big open world thing, and you're basically a revolutionary in every scenario, right? Like there's the bad guys, whether it's a regime or a government or, what they consider freedom fighters or rebellion, whatever. And you basically overthrow whoever's in charge. You take over base by base. It's fun. It's open world. A lot of bases. I like going into bases with a bow and arrow. You can't hear me. I go, whoosh, and and they fall over, and yeah.
All right. So it's like an RPG.
No, it's definitely an FPS, but it's
first-person shooter.
It's an FPS with a very long story of revolution.
Okay. Viva la Revolution.
Yeah.
To say neither of them captured the potential of the game franchise would be an understatement, though.
Yeah.
However, the new Far Cry show will follow an anthology format like the games and feature a different cast and setting each series. In addition to co-creating the series, Rob Mack will also star in the first season.
Makes sense.
Getting to work alongside Noah Hawley is a dream realized. Ubisoft has been remarkably generous in trusting us with one of the most iconic video game worlds ever created. And through it all, my FX family continues to lift me up with their constant belief and support, said Rob Mack. The Far Cry show will stream on Hulu in the US and Disney Plus internationally when it is finished.
That is right. And I do think it's funny because Rob Mack is sitting there and he's like, yeah, I'm really happy this game company trusted me to like carry on, their franchise. Well, like we mentioned earlier, they trusted the guy who made House of the Dead. So I don't know if their opinions necessarily. I don't know. I think it'll be good. It's great for FX. It is good for FX. And Rob Mack works with FX because of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and because Welcome to Wrexham. So they already have a really good working relationship. I don't know how this is going to be as far as like, because he doesn't really do action that much. I don't know.
I could see it. I could see Mac doing action,
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of interesting, Ryan, that actually has nothing to do with anything, but it's more of a bit of trivia. Do you know Rob Mack in season, I believe, 6 of, or maybe it was 5 of Lost was in 1 or 2 episodes as just one of the others. He was just there. He was just like, oh shit, it's back from It's Always Sunny.
No,
No.
no.
Well, that's what you get from listening to this show. You get the randoms informations.
You do.
You do. Yeah. So, guys, this isn't really a headline, but it's something worth mentioning. Stranger Things season 5 has just released its first 4 episodes. So let's say volume 1 out of the 3 that they're going to release. The next 3 episodes are going to come out on December 25th. And then on, I believe, January 1st or December 31st, we're getting the final episode. And it's also releasing in theaters. That we've covered before. But the thing we're talking about right now is just a little fun little Easter egg. So there will be spoilers for the first 4 episodes of season 5. So if you guys do not want to hear anything, this is the end of the podcast. So you can go ahead and just stop now. No harm, no foul. But if you want to hear our thoughts or what I'm going to say, it's not like a spoiler review. I'm just going to mention a couple things. I just don't want anyone to get all pissed off. That's why I'm prefacing. So,
it's kind of a big deal. People who love Stranger Things fucking love Stranger Things.
Yeah. So look, there's a little spoiler thing on the screen. If you're watching, it's on you. If at this point you hear this and anything gets spoiled.
And if you leave now, I love you.
Bye. Have a good one. All right. So in Stranger Things season 5, we jump about a year and a half ahead from the end of season 4. The entire Hawkins has been quarantined by the military, and they're all
it's like Simpsons in the dome.
Kind of, yeah. Well, they're all trapped in there. And very early on, you see that the military is looking for 11, and 11 is hiding out with Hopper, go figure, and training to fight Vecna. But the way they show you is they pass by, I believe it's a telephone pole, doesn't really matter. Could be a brick wall. But there's a poster of 11, and it's a wanted poster. And on that poster, like many wanted posters, there is information for the police and a phone number. Now, we're going to put it on the screen for anyone who is watching the video. But the point is, if you have any information on 11, which, as you know, her name is Jane Hopper, then you can call this number. And that number is 1-765-303-2020. And if you
may I say,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it says a reward totaling $3,000 will be paid for all leads that result
right.
in the discovery of Jane Hopper or her body.
Ooh, fancy. Well, fun little Easter egg, because this is just a poster in the show. But if you happen to catch it or, hear it here on this podcast, you can call that number and you get a fun message from the Hawkins Police Department. It's
awesome.
Little bit of marketing there for you.
I like that. It reminds me, didn't Ghostbusters do that?
I wouldn't know, but that's awesome if they did. Like,
I want to say that's a thing. Yeah, like when they put the number on the screen, there used to be like an answering, like like a voice message, about
Yeah, well,
the
back then it would just
Ghostbusters
be
that
like an
used to
answering
be.
machine, right? Like you said.
Right. Yeah. And no, so that's what that gives me, the Ghostbusters vibe. When they put the number on the screen, you could actually call it.
It's fun.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun. I love
But
this.
no, I like that. It's creative. You know what I mean? Like it gives something, you know what I mean? Like it's like the equivalent of going to like a theme park, right? But you can just do it from your cell phone. Like you just call and be like, "Oh, that's right. They're really looking for her." Like
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
a
That's cool. There's something really cool about that.
You
I don't
know,
know.
back in the day, Matrix Reloaded, the second Matrix movie, and there was, I believe they were on a train or it was the fight scene in the traffic or whatever. But if you paused it or you watched it right away, it gave you like a PS2 code for the video game, like just on the screen in the movie, and it's still
Oh,
there. And it's just like
that's sick.
symbols. Yeah. So they could do some fun stuff. But I did want to briefly talk about Stranger Things, the first 4 episodes. So I'm not going to get majorly spoiler. I'm just going to say that I did enjoy it. I liked the jump in time. They didn't jump as far into time as I thought. I really thought they would jump maybe even like 3 years. I was thinking the amount of time from when season 4 ended would have been the amount of time here. But no, our kids, our characters are still in high school, so you assume they're seniors. And everyone's very proactive right off the bat. Like as soon as the show starts, they're on their way trying to find Vecna, and they're giving you exposition of what's going on at the town. That giant
Okay.
rift that was opened up at the end of season 4 has been plated over with metal plates, and there is a government base not only in Hawkins but in the Upside Down with Linda Hamilton as like the lead scientist who is like the one looking for 11. And it's fun. They're adding a lot to the mythology. We were never clear as to how big the Upside Down was, and is the Upside Down like the entire planet, or is it just like the state of Indiana, or what? And it seems like we might be on our way to explaining that. They hinted something about a perimeter that may be there, and then I also liked how Max, who is the redhead, who is the kid, one of the main kids from the last season, she got really screwed up. She got attacked by Vecna, and they've left her in a coma, and she was blind and very screwed up. And they didn't cheapen that event. They, without giving anything away, she is in this season, but in a way that makes sense and doesn't undo what happened to her.
So she's Helen Keller now. Is
I
she
don't
just
want to.
like
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, Ryan. But
just
no,
like
they did not put her in there going. "Huh!" No, it's
water?
not. Water, Helen. Although that would be pretty cool. That would be a ballsy move. You have to admit,
I'm just
if they were
saying,
just like, yeah. I thought for a second that maybe she would be, and this is before I saw any marketing for season 5 or watched season 5, but I thought maybe they would just make her like a blind, like I don't know, like prophet or psychic,
what
like the
you want to know
Oracle
what
of Delphi or something, or Delphi.
I've only seen each season once. I've only seen each episode of Stranger Things once, right? I
Sure,
haven't seen
yeah.
this new season yet. But I remember in the last season they were like hinting that there was like another person with abilities. And I didn't think that I thought Vecta was just gonna be some demon. I didn't know he was gonna be like that one character that turned into him. I thought he was just gonna be some freaking demon from the Nether
Sure.
Realm. I thought the redheaded girl all of a sudden was just gonna DBZ out some powers. Like I really did.
Well,
And then that didn't happen with her character. I don't know why. That was where I was going with that last season. I thought I'm
well,
like,
the
oh,
problem
I'll
is,
bet it's gonna be
Ryan,
her.
there's been so many time space between these seasons, and you watch a lot of sci-fi stuff. So yeah, though, no. So I'm not sure if they referred to it in season 4 about there being another, or if that was just something, a storyline I'm not remembering, or something you aren't remembering right. But there
I could
is
be
another
remembering it
person.
very wrong.
Well, there is another person with powers, and if you remember right, it was in that weird season 2 episode where she like went to Chicago and met 8. Do you remember 8?
Was that like when like it was like such a random like she just like
Yeah.
went and just hung out with like a gang of kids and
Yes, and she had like pug hair.
and then
Everyone hated
after
that
the next
episode.
episode it had nothing to do with anything. Like it was completely null and void. It had nothing to do with nothing.
Right on. Well, I will say so far, now the season isn't over, but so far the Duffer Brothers have done a very good job of not forgetting anything storyline wise. So
So they're
Take that
duffering
for
it
what
up.
you will. I
They're
don't think
duffering it up
anything.
good.
Yeah, I don't think anything they just left hanging is not going to be resolved. Is my point.
That's good. Because yeah, I hope they do because honestly, like if you can't tell, like I'm like give or take on this series. I always have been. I
Sure.
thought it was great. I thought it was good, but I guess I didn't really think it was great. You know what I mean? Like it was good.
Sure.
Like I enjoyed it. I know that it has such a fucking following. Like people love this show so much. I don't see it, so I hope they knock it out of the park for people who love this show. I know you like the show.
Yeah, I very much
So-
like the show. I'm a big fan of the whole mythology. I'm even down for like the weird spinoff that's going to happen, which apparently takes place between season 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. I don't know. We talked about it like a week or two ago, but I'm down for all of it. I enjoy it. It's a fun world. I like Stephen King. I like 80s movies and pop culture, so it hits a lot of buttons for me, to be perfectly honest. I will say
Well-
that so far, I do like season 5. I still like
Okay.
season 4 overall better. Season 4 is my favorite season overall, but season 5 is good. And they end it in such a way that anyone who completes the 4 episodes is going to be like, what? I need to see the next 3. I got to wait till Christmas. Ah! Because,
So-
I mean, I'm sure all the spoilers are going to be out very soon. Like everyone's talking about this. There's a billion articles
yeah,
about it.
there's no avoiding it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say it because why the hell not? But you know what? No, I won't. Let's just say they do some really fun stuff with the character of Will as maybe another foil to Vecna in a real big bad way. This is the end of today's show. I cut you off. Continue.
I was gonna say, if you feel lost, here you are found.
Join the Juggalos. Anyways, guys, if you're a fan of the show, please continue to watch. I'm serious. Go and download the episode wherever the audio version is. And if you are on a YouTube, check out the video. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. And Ryan has a mission for you.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, and you should, is to share this episode, this particular podcast of Earthling Entertainment, with a friend, with a coworker, with a relative.
And from all of us here at Earthling Entertainment.
Goodbye! See ya!
So long.